Hello, friendos. I think we are live. I always like to... There we go. I got to just make sure. Hello, friendos. Okay, we're good. Well, the time has finally come. The time has finally come. Can't quite believe we're about to see Infinite gameplay again, and we are less than 24 hours away from watching it, but from actually rather playing it. But welcome. I thought I'd start the stream a little bit earlier, just like usual, just to make sure the audio is okay. Just to make sure that nothing's going wrong with the stream, because there's always something that has to go wrong with the stream. It's just part of life. Just the way that, like usual, just the way that streaming works is something always has to go wrong right at the start, and it always has to go wrong during the most important of streams as well. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, I thought we'd start the stream a little bit early just to see how you guys are doing. Oh, hang on, I've just noticed my camera's got a box over my face. Give me 1 second. As I said, something always has to go wrong. There we go. We're good. No more box. Cool. Something always has to go wrong. Just the way the cookie crumbles. But here we are. I believe I missed the donation. I believe. Alex, thank you for the $2. Wart indeed. Wart indeed. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to me that we're this close to getting actual. Oh, actually, speaking of, let me real quick reactivate. Let me just go through what my scene. See, dude, this right here, is precisely why I start streams early, because there's always something that's got to go wrong. No, it's not that one. That should be the one. Okay, right. Let me hear it in the chat, guys. Out of 10, what are you guys right now in terms of excitement? With 10 being incredibly excited and 0 being not excited at all. Give me a 1 out of 10 rating of your excitement levels for what we're about to witness. Let's hear it. I also have a new streaming setup. I'm not operating like an amateur streamer anymore. I actually have a vertical monitor, right? Imagine that. 10, 11, 7, 100, 10, 10, 10. $5 and spilling coats. Thank you very much, dude. Let's go. Let's go indeed. 8, 10, 10. Another $5 from Everett Munden with another triple wart. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of 10s. I will say it's always best to go into stuff like this, considering it's a technical preview and considering it's going to be buggy. Go into it just like expecting it to be buggy. Don't expect this game to be like working like perfectly. Just expect it to be buggy. But still, it doesn't mean you can't have fun with it. €5 from Cheeky Otter. Thank you very much, dude. For what it's worth, I'll miss Halo 5, but bring on Infinite. Now, there are definitely some people that think that. I personally won't at all. I mean, I've not played. The last time I played Halo 5 was for that video that I did. And before that, the last time that I properly played it was like a long time ago. So I personally won't, but I understand for some people it is like their thing. Ambrose Yonke, thank you for the membership, my dude. Welcome to the what's the term? Iconic Club? The Iconic Club? Let's call it the Iconic Club. Gucci Pasta, thanks for the $5, dude. I love you too. Atypical Industries, thank you for the $5 with no message. I'm really trying to go through all these right now. Dustin Perel, they got the invite. Love to see it. Dustin Pertel, thank you very much for the $5, dude. Love to see it. I'll see you again on the battlefield against some bots. Wog Wob Woover. Thank you, Reaper, for the $5. Zaro97, thank you for the $5 as well. Let's go indeed. Last time of the data was a Halo 3 campaign live stream. God damn, Ivan. Actually, I remember that. Welcome back, dude. How's it going? Thank you for the $5. Time really does fly. Thank you for the $5, Michael Fino. Welcome back, man. Always great to see you here. Eric Flores with 100 rubles. Watching from Russia. Love your content, man. I'm super excited for this new chapter for Halo. Thank you very much, man. It's always cool to see some very international viewers. Yeah, me too, dude. I'm looking forward to it a lot. One thing to note, when the video starts in 10 minutes time, I will be turning off donation alerts. So once the video starts, don't donate because it won't show up on a stream. So don't do it. It's not worth it. Vice, thanks for the $5, dude. Except for the preview. Yeah, there'll be more previews. That's the thing, right? So if you miss out on this preview, guys, don't worry. It's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, like I said, we're going to be playing a game that's probably very buggy. So you're not missing out on much. I even know some people that are choosing to just completely abstain from the flight so they don't get the kind of perception of the game tainted. And honestly, I kind of see the reasoning for that. So, oh, hello. Hello there. Let's full screen this bad boy. So yeah, if you don't get into this flight, don't worry, don't freak out. Also, let me know how the audio is in chat. Let me know how the audio is. Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Because for me, it's pretty loud, but it's all good. Oh my, okay, I'm gonna have to catch up on these donations in a second. Is the sound too quiet? Let me hear it, fellas. Lads and lasses in the chat. Audio good? Amazing. For the first time, we have a Halo HiddenXperia stream where the audio isn't completely broken. You love to see it. You love to see it. My God. Okay, like I said before on like every stream, any donations that I miss, I will get to in the end. I will make sure that in the end of the stream, I get to it. So if I miss a donation now, don't freak out. End of the stream, I will 100% get to it. Also, I'm going to leave this video up as unlisted, as public, sorry, the VOD of this. So if you want to go back and watch any of this, then you can do. I'm not going to be uploading my reaction to anything that we see here because I don't need to, really. I mean, you guys are here watching with me, and we're going to be getting gameplay tomorrow, so reaction to a video like this is kind of pointless, right? It doesn't really serve any purpose. Yeah, so let's I'm actually kind of, it's weird that we're actually about to see what we're going to be playing tomorrow. I can't believe that we're going to be playing it tomorrow, to be honest with you. I'm still convinced this game doesn't actually exist. Let me hear it in the chat if you agree with me. I'm still, the past few years have conditioned me to believe that this game doesn't actually exist. Like, tell me I'm not the only one. It can't just be me, right? Can't just be me. As usual, got my tea. Not a Halo stream without a cup of tea, let me tell you that. Not at all. I still don't think this game is real. I know we're about to watch gameplay of an actual build of it, but I still don't think that this game is real. It can't be, right? The past, like, however many years have conditioned me to believe that this game doesn't actually exist. So anything we see today is probably going to prove me wrong, but... What kind of tea? It is Twinings Earl Grey. I'm a big fan of Earl Grey. Recommend it to anybody out there who can get it. I'm going to have to catch up on these donations. Let me try now. Let me see if I can power through them all now. That one. Yeah, Michael Fino, we got you. Joseph. Oh no, it's showing subs here as well for some reason. David Hart, thank you for the $5, dude. The great journey has begun indeed. $10 from Dynamy Shock. Thank you very much, man. No message, but thank you. Harley Brook, thank you for the £10, bro. So fun to get back into a new Halo game, especially one that looks like this cool. Yeah, for real, dude. 117 out of 10 in terms of the excitement factor. What are you most looking forward to? Customization. I don't know why I even thought about that. Customization is what I'm looking forward to most. That is the first thing I'm doing when I get into the flight tomorrow. First thing I'm doing is going straight to that customization screen and just customizing everything. Yeah, looking forward to it. Hey, Eric, thank you for the $5, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are as well, man. Good luck with the move to Tokyo. So that's going to be pretty cool. Suspect Nutria, thank you for the $5. Oh, I'm not going to pronounce Elite Death sound. I can't do it, okay? I can't do him justice. Thank you for the $5, though. Thank you for the $2, Almond. Aiden Nelson with the $5. Thanks for supporting the whole Halo community with the channel. Between the news and the lore. Me being a Halo fan. Hey, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Just doing what I enjoy. But it's good to hear stuff like that. I appreciate it. Yeet Fungus, $10. Love the vid. It's been watching since 2015. My man, you are an OG. Wow. Thank you very much for the $10, dude. And thank you for sticking with me for so long. It's very cool. Thank you very much. King of Farts, thanks for the $5, dude. You made my Halo nerd come out over the years thanks to your videos. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. See, that's why I do this. I enjoy making it, and I enjoy getting comments and messages and stuff like that. So that's why I do this. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Nighthawk with the DKK20. I want to say that's a Denmark Krona. Yes. Oh, love from Denmark. Can't wait to see this Halo. There you go. Anyway, thank you very much, man. I appreciate the 20 Krona. Upfront Argue, thanks for the £5. Have you been sold in the Bulldog yet? I don't know. I'm going to have to use it. It's one of those things like the Sidekick where I'm really going to have to use it myself to fully be sold on it. My real issue is I hope there's room in the sandbox for a classic shotgun as well. If there is, then I'll have no issue with it. I still think the classic shotgun should be there at launch, but I mean, there are more pressing matters than a shotgun variant, I think. So down the line, if there's room to add the shotgun, I'll be happy. I'm all down for new weapons. In fact, I want an emphasis on new weapons with this game, because that's, I think, one of the things that 343 have actually been quite good at over their years. They've been quite good at adding genuinely new weapons, not like the Promethean ones where it's like a DMR but it fires light, or an SMG but it fires light. I mean, like actual genuinely new weapons like railgun, saw, sticky detonator, plasma caster, stuff like that. I think they've been really good. So Yeah, I'm totally down for new weapons. Lightning Evo, thanks for the $1, dude. Rebel Dragon 115, thank you for the $5. No invite yet, but let's hope. Oh, I think we're about to... What time is it? Oh, we've got 4 minutes to go. We've got 4 minutes. I didn't know to submit if PC until you told me about it in this video. You never know, Rebel Dragon. Keep checking your spam. Keep checking all your inboxes. Refresh it. Just make sure you can. Make sure you refresh it all you can. You never know. And it might still be sending out invites as well. You never know. They could still be sending out invites until tomorrow, so you might still have time to get one. Thank you for the $5, dude. I appreciate it. Morgan Stonefield, thank you also for the $5. Got my invite as well. I'm pretty sure it's going to fry my 1070 Ti. You don't know till you try, right? You don't know till you try. Thank you for the $5, dude. 097, thank you for the $5. Blog. Here we've got a slightly deranged elite here donating. Thank you very much, though. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Cryptic Gamer, for the 5 Aussie bucks. Australia here, 7 AM. Hyped as heck, and hoping my friend is on Xbox as well as me so we can kick some booty together. Hopefully, dude. Fingers crossed for you. Thank you for the 5 Aussie bucks. Appreciate it. Cecil, thanks for the $2, Canadian. Hey, welcome, dude. Got an invitation. Congrats. Dynamite Shop with a $3.99 again. Thank you, dude. Hype is very high. Yeah. Mitch Baker with the $3, looking pretty iconic. Thank you very much. It was back, abs and bicep day in the gym today, and my back is screaming in a good way. Leo52, $5, Sex Infinite. Thank you very much, dude. Community Miner, thank you for the New Zealand $2. No invite, then never forget playing invite. Yeah, sounds about right. That's how I would have been. In fact, that's how I was yesterday, because when everyone started saying they got invites, I checked my inbox and I had nothing. And I got my email like 15-20 minutes late, and I had nothing for like a while. And I was like, oh, please, don't do this to me. But it came through, thankfully. Dry Dog GG, thank you for the $5. Appreciate it, dude. Another elite test out. Hey, Luminous Rings, thanks for 10 quid, dude, and welcome to the technical preview. Less than 24 hours, fingers crossed, and we'll be playing. Thank you very much, dude. American Egypt, $5, no invite, but I'm glad I can watch you have fun. Thank you very much, dude. Well, you never know, you might still get an invite. And if not, there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more flights for sure. Kai Sanderson, thanks for the 5 quid. What? No Yorkshire tea. No Yorkshire tea. I'm not from Yorkshire, so I don't drink Yorkshire tea. Earl Grey, Twidings Earl Grey all the way. Parker Brown, are you excited for Dead Space? Yes, dude. Thanks for the $5. Yes, I am. So, I only recently got around to playing Dead Space for the first time. It's literally been on my list now since 2008. And I never got around to it until recently, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, I'm very excited. Very, very excited. It's like one of those games that I've always been a fan of and always loved, but never actually played properly until recently, at least. So I'm definitely excited. Game doesn't feel like it existed for a long time because we weren't expecting to play it. That's true. That's true, Zero. Thank you for the $5 again, dude. I appreciate it. Mexus, thanks for the $2. Release date 25/6. Imagine, dude. Tyrone Smith, thanks for the $3. Mo Bamba. There you go. Thanks for the $3, dude. Reclaimer, thanks for the $5. Didn't get invited. Been in this house since the beginning. Sucks. I mean, like I said, you never know. Might still get an invite between now and tomorrow. There's always a chance. There's always a chance. Maxwell, thank you for the £2. Will you be live streaming it? Yorkshire Tea? Nah, Twinings. I will be. I will be. The second the flight comes out tomorrow and I've got it downloaded, I'll be live playing it. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to upload gameplay of my first game and also me go around the menus a little bit. And then I'm still coming up with some ideas for content I'm going to make this weekend. But I've got a load of suggestions in the Discord, in my Discord. I asked people last night to put suggestions in there for content, and I had loads of suggestions. So I'll be taking some suggestions from you guys. Content. Okay, I think it's time. Turning notifications off now, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Thank you for the donations. I'll get to the end of it. Here we go. Here we go. Is rather surreal. Okay, this is quite quiet. Turn it up. Yes, I've been ready for a very long time. I've been ready for a very, very, very long time. Trust me. This is a very long time coming. Okay, we've seen this already. We've seen this. We've seen this already, right? Yeah, get the chat back up. Too quiet. Yeah, let me bump it up. Let me know how that is. I can also bump it up in here, actually. There you go. Try that. How about that? That should be better.
Hello, let's team damage.
Still too quiet. It can't go any louder. This is as loud as it goes. There is no way for me to increase this anymore. Grapple jack. I cannot wait to hit some grapple jacks.
Return it to base.
This is a good ass trailer. I love the bandolier that dude's wearing. Spartans with bandoliers is something that we've needed since day one. In fact, I'm pretty sure. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some like really old Bungie like 3C concept art of Chief with a bandolier. So we have literally needed it since pre-day one. Out of sync, dude.
The flag is ours.
I can't. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to change that.
All ask at your earliest convenience.
Out of sync, dude. The audio is in sync on my end. I can't. I'm afraid I can't do anything about an audio delay. The audio delay.
Show me what you can do.
The audio delay is literally on their video. It's not on my end. It's literally on 343's end. So I'm afraid I can't do anything about that. Unless I get on a flight right now to Seattle and go and tell him. I don't think it's possible. Not delayed on my end, I'm afraid. I'm sure that's just for the trailer. That's probably just for the trailer.
Hey everyone,
very
what
delayed.
is up? This is
Whoa,
Brian,
Sketch.
also known as Sketch across
Rocking
the community.
the rocket look.
And we are coming to you live today from 343 Industries here in Redmond, Washington. And let me just say, it feels great to be back. I feel like today has been a long time coming. I'm excited to finally kick this off. I know you all are.
Yes.
So welcome to today's live stream. And we are going to dive into this weekend's upcoming Halo Infinite tech preview. Now, before we get going, just want to give you guys a little bit of context for what we're going to cover today. We're going to have a couple guests rotate through. We're going to dive right into the same exact build that Halo Insiders will get their hands on starting tomorrow. We are live, so all the same known issues that we're aware of in this tech preview that's work in progress are also in this build today. So who knows what's going to happen. Hopefully everything goes smoothly, but just ask everyone to bear with us. Also, I've kind of been in my house in the quarantine for about 2 years, if you can't
refresh,
tell.
right?
So,
you know what? I'll give it one refresh. And if this
but
doesn't,
we're gonna have a lot of fun today. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about and show. So to kick things off, want to introduce Sam Hanshaw, producer on the live team. Sam, welcome.
Thanks. It's good to be here. I'm ready to have some fun and introduce our fans to our first tech preview.
So let's sort of start by setting a little bit of context. And I know folks are eager to see stuff and dive in. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. But
which version is fine?
Let's kind of start at the highest level. We talk about flighting a lot. We talk about tech previews a lot. Kind of what do we want our viewers and our insiders to know? Like, what do we mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Context
You're right.
for what this really is.
You're right.
Sure.
You're right.
Yeah. We're looking to
get
players into games.
Thank you to everyone who told me in chat. Twitch is looking good.
And running well, and that we can support everything with our service infrastructure. Obviously, we also want people to have fun while doing it, and we need to get feedback on the breadth of hardware that we know is out there. You know, we can't test on every combination of hardware that people have for their PCs, but we know that the folks at home can, and so we need your help to do that.
And this is safe to say this will be the biggest scale test that we've been able to do to date. We're talking hundreds of thousands of Halo Insiders have been invited to participate this weekend. And obviously we've been hard at work testing. We've done smaller scale flights to lead up to this point. But like, what does that process look like? Like, what's had to happen to get us to where we are today?
Sure. Quite a bit. Been some hurdles along the way.
Quite a long time of development, I presume.
We cut this branch about 2 months ago. And that's when we
2 months
started
old.
with a lot of the testing for it and kind of targeted bug fixes towards getting a stable product to have out today for tech preview. Now, it's 2 months old. It's still got some bugs. We know that. We've got a robust known issues list for folks to be prepared before they dive in.
Make sure you read that.
We expect you to hit some new bugs that we haven't seen. And that's part of what we're excited about, because we need your help to find these bugs, and so we can see how they're reproduced and fix them internally. But yeah, it's been about 2 months of testing, fixing, and play testing to get to this.
And if I really wanted to roll it back even further, it's safe to say that we've been flighting as kind of a process, which, by the way, for those that aren't familiar, because not everybody uses the same jargon out there, right? When we talk about flighting, it's really the process of putting out kind of iterative pre-release software to a target audience with some expected goals to go after. We put the build out, it tests, we get the feedback, and we act on that feedback and sort of move on to the next one. So safe to say, we've been doing this for quite some time at a much smaller scale. So this is not the first time we've put the game in the hands of civilians, so to speak.
Civilians.
So we've been getting feedback all along. I just kind of wanted to bring that point up. This is not, it's not like we've just been heads down. This is our first time sharing our baby with the world. We've had a small group of various insider private flights, user research. So all these inputs have been a critical part of development really since the beginning, certainly. But now we're opening the floodgates to get all sorts of new perspectives and I think critically fresh eyes, brand new perspectives.
Yeah, absolutely. Fresh eyes, fresh hardware, like everything that we could ask for. It's coming from the hundreds of thousands of people who are going to be playing this weekend.
So before we move on, I also just want to comment on, you know, if your Twitter feed's like mine, the invites started rolling out yesterday about 5 p.m. to eligible insiders. It's been kind of a whirlwind of emotions, I'm sure, for many people. Sending out hundreds of thousands of emails, it turns out, takes a lot of time. There are people, as of an hour or two ago, I'm seeing are just now receiving their emails.
Check your emails.
So I think my message to everyone is, you know, not everyone will get in this particular tech preview and this flight. And we knew that was going to be the case because, you know, we need to incrementally grow. We sort of want to walk before we run, right? But I do want to make sure people know that there will be future opportunities, right? This is not the only tech preview that we've planned between now and launch.
That's correct. This is the first and probably the smallest. So as we grow,
smallest, and
over
there's
the
still
coming
hundreds
months,
of thousands
as we
of
put out
members.
New builds with additional features. They're each going to have a larger and larger audience as we head towards launch.
So just really critically, if you want to be a participant in a future tech preview or flight, please head to haloinsider.com. Anyone can opt in at any point. Make sure your profile is completed. We'd love to get more and more people in for future flights, as Sam mentioned. So, Sam, maybe now let's shift gears a little bit. I think one of the really cool and ambitious aspects of this project is kind of the breadth of platforms that we're going to support right now. I mean, not only is our multiplayer experience free to play, but cross-play. I mean, we are really truly going to where our players are, regardless of platform.
Yeah, and this tech preview is no exception.
Known it for a while.
We're going to be flighting this tech preview on all the platforms we intend to ship with at launch. So you're going to be able to play on anything in the Xbox One family, the Series X and Series S, and we're going to be going out to, as I said before, a variety of PC hardware, and all of that's going to be cross-play.
And the PC, by the way, also on Steam, which we know a lot of fans were excited about. I think for the purpose of this tech preview, we're only on Steam for PC, but obviously for launch, that won't be the only means of playing our game. Now, one thing we did want to know, I think, Sam, at a high level, safe to say that the experience that we're going to put out in this tech preview, specifically on each of these platforms, when it comes to like fidelity and performance, safe to say that what's in the preview today is not necessarily indicative of our targets when we launch this game.
Yeah, that's correct. So performance is something that we're working on week after week. And as I said before, this is a build that's about 2 months old. So we cut this from main 2 months ago to work on it. And a lot of the performance work that goes in wasn't appropriate to bring over to this branch because performance work can often create instability. We wanted to keep this as stable as possible when we launch it to you all. So this build, about 2 months behind in terms of performance.
Keep that in mind.
Obviously, there's more way to go before we launch later this year.
And I would assume the data we get from this tech preview will be really valuable as we continue to sort of make sure we're supporting the widest breadth of PC configurations, for example. And really the team's goal is to deliver a really solid, performant, good-looking experience catered to every platform that we support.
Exactly.
I know on YouTube you can
so speaking of that, I know people are eager to see some stuff.
Here we go.
It's kind of cool, really, if you think about it, live to date, we've only ever shown Halo Infinite running on PC. And we're going to do that here live today in a little bit. We're going to show some stuff off. But this is going to be the first time people can see what the game looks like running on an actual Xbox hardware.
This is gonna be weird.
Prior to this stream, we were able to put together a little bit of gameplay capture. And I'd like to give folks a glimpse at, this is going to be a Halo Infinite multiplayer match recorded, I believe, last week here in the studio. Just to give people a sense of this is the game as it currently stands in this build running on an Xbox One. So I'm going to give a shout out to Joshua here behind the scenes. He's running production for the live stream.
This will be interesting.
Josh, if you want to cue that
up. Are we going to get another really last gen Richtofen situation?
Let's take a look. Let's see how this game's looking currently on Xbox One.
Xbox One, okay. Kind of hard to tell with the stream. This is Xbox One. I mean, fidelity-wise, it looks alright. Those screens look blurry. I mean, bear in mind, right, this is Xbox One. I believe this, by the sounds of it, is the OG, like, 2013, outdated in 2013 Xbox One. So, it's not going to look like...
Sam, clearly we're looking at a little Slayer match here on Bazaar, one of our new maps. There's a lot to take in, I'm sure, for viewers who are just seeing a lot of stuff for the first time here.
Yeah, I can't remember if we've shown things like the Pulse Carbine being used in both.
No, you haven't.
Briefly shown in the multiplayer trailer, and I think this is the first time we've shown.
Dude, sprint looks so slow. Oh my god, what?
I think it has.
That's
We're
so
also
good.
right now kind of getting a look at the friend and foe system that we've discussed in some of our blogs in the past. This is kind of moving away from forcing players into red and blue. Allows us to kind of maintain that unique armor customization that's become a greater focal point for Halo Infinite.
Yeah, and I think this is a pretty good example of that, and I think you're really seeing
this looks
pop out
so much more like
hardware. It's great.
The Halo gameplay that I know and loved in Halo
custom
5
skin
did. It's
applied to
actually
the AR
unreal.
there that we saw briefly.
The pacing's like not lightning fast, like launching everywhere. It's just like nice and
I do love
well
Oh,
paced.
yeah. I love the AR skins.
Yeah,
It's
I've
kinda
got a
nice
glowing
being able
red
to customize your starting
Magnum
weapon.
sidekick.
It's the one you're going to see
that's
most often, so I like to have mine looking sharp.
Okay,
Now,
I'm gonna be
internally,
honest. The
from a
carbine is
development
the
playtest
carbine.
perspective, I mean, obviously
Commando.
we've got teams focusing on
hello.
all platforms and all builds.
Commando's
It's
looking
safe
a little
to
bit
say
OP
that
right now.
We've got folks truly getting sweaty on Durango, on Xbox Series X and S, and
This
low,
looks good
medium and high
in
PC
terms
specs
of
as well, right?
the hardware it's running
Yeah,
on. To
so
be honest with you,
Obviously, as I said before, we can't cover every PC spec out there, but we try to have a good range within our
Right.
testing. And we have folks playing on Xbox.
that
One
doesn't mean there's no
regularly, so
assassinations. You might
I
just
try to
press
play
B.
test on Xbox
Like,
One as much as possible.
I've had
So
it before
it's a
in
really important thing for us
every
to
game from
support,
Reach to
make
Halo
sure it's
5 where
working.
I've like held down
Yeah, it
melee
really-
and it's just
It really
backspash.
is awesome
So
that we're able to
I
kind
wouldn't
of
take that
bring
as a
that
fact
audience
until we
forward
actually
with
play
us,
the game.
right? We know
I would be
there's
blown
obviously
away
a
if there's no
large amount of
assassinations.
Xbox One players out
I
there,
would be
especially as, you know, frankly,
genuinely
some people
blown away. I think that
are
would be a
still eager to
huge
acquire a new
mistake.
console, and
I
some
don't.
of the supply chain
I'd be
issues
surprised.
that have come around during the pandemic, not necessarily easy for everyone. So, you know, thankfully I'm not one of the engineers. I can't imagine it's necessarily a trivial undertaking to be able to scale so smartly across different hardware. But I gotta say, shaping up super nice, and really looking forward to
Oh,
getting some
grenade hit
feedback
markers
from
are there.
Xbox One players
No,
after
dude.
this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's not good.
So I think that's going to wrap up that
Can't believe
clip
that's
that we
Xbox
have.
One,
We're going
though.
to show a little more gameplay here in a bit. We're going to have Tom French, our multiplayer associate creative director, join us. We have another match from Xbox Series X that we're going to get into. But once this wraps up, we're going to jump back over to the build, and we're going to look through this real flight build here. By the way, I heard you're a real Needler fan. Is that true?
That is true. I love the Needler. I think it's one of the most unique weapons we have in Halo, and
I would agree.
I've loved every expression of it. Hasn't always been the most powerful gun in the game, but it's always been interesting to use.
It feels like it shreds in this game, at least in our playtest, right?
Yeah.
It's do not sleep on the Needler.
I'm
this
not
weekend,
Aaron.
I'll just say that.
Yeah, especially
Ooh.
like, against bots, like they don't know how to deal with it. So
Yeah,
it's real good against them.
You mentioned bots. We'll talk about that a little bit more.
powerful
a little bit
Needler is a
later in
good
the show
Needler.
today when Tom joins us. Why don't we sort of pivot back now to the real build, which I'm sure people are really eager to see. And I thought maybe we just kind of help give our players who are going to be a part of the tech preview, just kind of give them the lay of the land a little bit, show them what they can expect and what that's going to look
Nice.
like. So Josh,
Nice.
maybe if you want to cut to, we'll go to my feed, I reckon, and we can sort of take a look at
Are we going to the menus?
at our lobby space, I guess. You know, what is the official term for this space that we're going to feed into? Once Josh is able to kind of hit that switch. There we go.
Oh, hello.
So this is it, right? This is our tech preview build. We're looking at it right now live.
Yep, this is the essentially
dude.
the menu that you're gonna hit.
I hope
as
Spartans
soon as
stand
you
there.
boot
That'd be
up.
so sick.
So you can see like the multiplayer and academy options there. If you hit start, you can get into our main settings, and there's a few settings I think
That
we
would be
wanna-
such a
we
cool
wanna
menu
let's take a look.
if,
I mean,
like, everyone
I
Spartans
like
in your
settings.
party
No
stood
one's
there.
ever seen these settings in detail before, so we'll kind of take a look here. So we want to make
Helmet
sure
light!
obviously players
Helmet
understand,
light,
and
dude!
like, first thing you should do if you're
Up
going
on
to
the
be in the tech
D-pad,
preview this
helmet
weekend,
light!
probably just kind of get acclimated.
Let's go!
Tweak your settings to your
Oh,
liking.
let's go,
Just make
dude.
sure that things are sort of the way you want them, if you will. So I think, you know, I'll just quickly scroll through. I'm not going to speak to
Helmet
every one
light.
of these. I think we'll be
Yes.
here all afternoon, but I think you're going to find a
Oh yeah,
lot
tell you
of
what.
sort of what you'd expect to find in some regards. You know, hold the sprint. If
Hold
I
up.
want to do that, I can kind of really dial in my sensitivity and all that.
do.
I'm pretty casual, so I kind of tend to just run default in a lot of cases. I'm not afraid to admit that.
Yeah, I think that I've never
There we
gotten
go.
into all the zoom sensitivity settings.
I'm just
but-
going to leave that off.
I'm
Actually,
just
no, you
worried
know what?
I
They're there.
I would get myself into a state where I would just never land a shot again, or who knows, maybe I would suddenly sort of evolve to the next level. Now, keyboard and mouse players on PC and also, I believe, console now supports mouse and keyboard as well. Excuse
go.
me. A couple things here they might want to look at that's pretty interesting. If we can get down to it, is the fact that triple keybinds. You have a lot of flexibility
Ooh.
here in how you want to set up your keys.
That's good.
I want to give a shout out, as all the work that happened over the last couple of years to update MCC and bring that to PC, and all the fantastic work by the pub team. Being able to have triple keybinds was super important to the PC community. That was
That's
great
good.
feedback that we
It
heard,
is.
and that's a good example of just one of taking those learnings and kind of that experience and bringing it over to the Infinite side.
Yeah, I think we owe a great debt to all the work that MCC and the publishing team has done with diving in, like, feet first into the PC environment and getting us ready.
Drop
for this.
weapon.
I'll hover on this
Yo,
one for a minute because I'm pretty
that's
sure I haven't
sick.
been able to do this before in a game. Have I been able
Drop
to actually
weapon.
just
Okay,
straight
I
up
like
drop my
that.
weapon for a teammate before?
Oh, I bet we can
Not
get
that I know
fists
of.
out.
And honestly, it's been quite fun
I
to use.
bet we can get
especially
fists
when you're
out.
playing with like some less experienced players. You can just secure rockets for them and then hand it over to them, so they get to play around with a power weapon that they might not normally have gotten.
That's really cool.
So, dare we say maybe this is the end of betraying your teammates to take sniper?
Yeah, now you just
No,
gotta
no.
extort them, I guess.
Possibly.
That's
Cool,
never
so
going to
a whole
happen.
bunch of stuff here. This is something else that we, I think, was mentioned in one of our employee
Helmet
spotlight
lights.
blogs. But
There it is.
marking. This is also a new element to Halo games.
Yeah, and I've actually been really happy with the marking system. So if you're on PC, it is super easy just to mark everyone you see,
What's that,
and the game
C?
rewards you
Yeah.
for it. You actually get points. You get a mark assist if someone kills someone who you've marked, and stacks with your normal assist points. And I believe there's a medal you can earn
There is.
for marking enough people who get killed.
That's cool.
So I'll just kind of scroll through here quickly so we don't totally get inundated in settings, but it just goes on and on and on. So let me go over here to video as well.
Whoa, hang on,
Something else I
equip
just kind of want to
thruster?
point out, which, by the way,
Hang on.
that is criminal for me to be
Equip
on a
thruster?
FOV of only 70, but we heard, I think this has always been something Halo fans have wanted.
Okay, Halo
We
5
know,
fans are happy.
Everyone knows the FOV really does have a dynamic impact on your experience in terms of not only just your vision, but the sensation of movement and speed. All those things are greatly impacted. So pretty awesome to me that on day one we already have a field of view slider, and this is going to be available on, I think, on multiple platforms. It's not a PC-only feature.
Good,
correct,
as it
yeah.
should be.
I mean, what's your preference? I kind of generally like to kick it up
I mean,
here, maybe
FYI,
in the
it
80 to
said
100 range.
equip
I mean, we can go
thruster,
all the
so I
way up
assume
to
it's not
120 if we
like
really
a
wanted
Spartan
to.
ability anymore.
Yeah, I usually like to kick it in 95 to 100.
All right, well, I'll split the difference. We'll go 95 there. But yeah, just kind of go through here. Lots of different nuanced graphical settings to really allow
Good.
people to custom tailor based on their
Good.
own personal preferences, what's most important to them on their PC hardware. If I didn't mention that, if it's not clear, we are playing on PC here currently, so you will not have the full breadth of all these options necessarily on every platform, but clearly for PC, it makes the most sense. I thought this is pretty cool too, being able to sort of opt in or opt out of something that we call speed lines. So when you're sprinting in the game, we have some cool visual
is it
effects that
the
help sort of
anime
really
lines?
convey that sense of increased speed.
The anime lines
If I
from
don't
Halo
like it, I
5.
just turn it off.
Yeah, I think the fact that we've got so many settings that are tailored so that you can fully immerse yourself, or if you're looking for a stripped down experience, if you don't want that, you can turn it off.
That's cool.
Same thing goes, of course, lots of audio customization here. Want to make sure people are aware of things like subtitles. You can turn those off and on if you want to. I did want to call this out as well. I know you and I were talking earlier about this, but just a little bit of a public service announcement for anyone playing this weekend in the tech preview. By default, currently in this build, your mic is just set to full open, full hot. So some people might like that, some people may not.
That's good. I
Personally,
like
was
that,
kind
actually.
of caught by surprise when I was saying a bunch of stuff in the game, and I thought it was private. So I just wanted to pass my learnings on to you, so no one gets kind of caught maybe in a precarious situation there. So yeah, a lot of different options
it's
here,
gonna be so
including
much
Spartan
different
Chatter.
voice
We'll hear a
chat.
little bit more of that when we roll some more footage.
That's actually
and
a
then
really
the
good
last thing
idea.
I thought would be kind of cool to really point out, we've talked about this a little bit briefly in some of our blogs, but we have this new system that we're calling Friend and Foe, right? Which, in order to really support and embrace our goals and our aspirations about leaning more into player expression and having a lot more cool ways to customize your own Spartan and your own Spartan journey. It just didn't really work anymore to force everyone into a default red or blue model, right?
Right. And so by default, we have red and blue outlines, but for accessibility purposes, we know that various people can't see in certain shades, so we've got a wide array of colors that you can choose for both enemies and friends, and you can also customize the folks in your fire team to be another unique color.
Yeah, it is
That's
really
cool. I like
flexible,
that.
really cool. I also personally being able to sort of, if I want to go old school and display a full gamer tag above someone's head, I could do that. Also helps me sometimes when I'm personally just trying to register a friend from foe. And then
name hit markers
I
are a
should
big
call
use.
this out. You'll
Should
see
not be
this
in the
in the UI menu here. The theater will not be included in the tech preview, so we won't have that experience. The theater
Not
is coming
surprised.
back though. So, and event timeline is a brand new feature. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but you could probably surmise what that might mean in the
Oh,
context of the
dude, I
theater.
hope that's like BO2's.
And this is pretty crazy too. Weapon
theater.
offsets, so
Oh, yes, that's good.
people want to be able to move that stuff around, I guess.
Yeah, I know people who like to get a slightly different gameplay experience based on some old school games where they have the weapon more centered, or some people like to just push it way off, or so far off that they hit their mic. Sorry about that.
Dude, I hope we can do Doom,
Yeah, I guess
Doom
one of
like
the predominant
weapons with
themes
everything in the
here is
middle.
just
That'd be
trying
so
to give
sick.
players as many options as possible to really dial in the experience to suit their personal tastes, right?
Dude, please let us
Yeah,
do Bloom.
I mean,
do Doom.
it is just a set of menus, but I'm really looking forward to hearing what people think of these settings and the things that they can put
That's
together
cool.
to customize it to exactly how they want to be. I want Halo to be like the comfiest chair in your house.
I like that.
I like that analogy.
All
That's
right,
good.
so let's back out of the settings. Something else I think we want to point out to participants in the tech previews to keep an eye on this weekend. The news feed. Wow, this is like next-gen news. No, seriously. This is just good to keep an eye on if you're playing in the tech preview. We will probably use this to convey updates over the course of the flight, critical information. If the playlist experience evolves, we'll let people know through here, right? And I think, Sam, you wanted to specifically call this one out in particular, right?
Yeah, so we've got a notification for people on PC, especially if you're using the AMD
Ooh, thought that
GPU.
said AMD
You're gonna wanna
CPU
make
then.
sure you update to the latest driver. It is a significant performance increase for PC users on AMD GPUs. So please make sure you do that, and make sure you check out the news for that kind of attention announcement.
Awesome. Well, Sam, I think that's all I got for you today. Any final parting words or thoughts before we jump over and dig into some customization?
No, I want to see the customization too. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Thank you, Sam. We'll be right
Let's
back
have a
in
look
just
at
a
the
moment. We're
viewers.
going to be joined by Jerry Hook here, and we're going to talk about all the things you can do to customize your Spartan in the tech preview. Be right back in just a moment.
Lovely. You'd love to see that.
A new day
Oh,
is upon us.
Hang on, right. We don't need to look at that. Right, okay.
Together,
How are we feeling then? How are we feeling, chat?
are you
How are we feeling? Great, great, great. Hype, great. Good. Hype. Hype. Great. Hog. Hype. Cautiously optimistic. Likewise. Excited. Seems pretty, people seem to like that. Anything to say I don't like so far are grenade hit markers. No, they should not be anywhere near the game. I'm not going to say lack of assassinations yet, because I saw the chat blowing up when that happened. Like I said, I've actually had it so many times. In fact, I remember back in Reach, when I was going for the assassination commendation, there would be so many times where I'd assassinate somebody, but it wouldn't assassinate, it would just backsmack them. And I'd be like, why did it not assassinate? So I don't think just because he backsmacked him and didn't assassinate him doesn't mean that assassinations aren't in the game.
the base?
Like I said, I will be blown away if they aren't in the game. Like, I think that would be a bad move.
Inbound.
No, that's not the bloom you're on about. Yeah, the bloom in the lighting sense is like the way that lighting like the way that lighting blooms, right? It's the way that lighting like goes like that. For example, Halo 3 ODST had quite a lot of lighting bloom. If you look at any of the lights in Mombasa streets at night, like in the floor or the street lights or like any light source, it has quite a lot of not glare. I'm not sure what the word is. It's not glare, but it's like. Oh, that's bloom right there. See the sun there, how it's like quite bright? And like, that's bloom. But you can turn that off. It's hard to describe. Especially somebody who knows very little about this kind of stuff. besides turning it on and off again. Yeah, bloom is a graphic setting. Bloom, that bloom is not like Halo Reach bloom, where the crosshair expands. I mean, obviously it has bloom. We saw bloom on some of the weapons, but again, it's not like Reach where the entire game is
And we're
centered around
back.
it.
All
Here
right,
we go.
thanks everyone. We are back now. This is our Halo Infinite Tech preview live stream here at 343 Industries in Redmond, Washington. My next guest has just sat down next to me. Please welcome Jerry Hook. Jerry, head of design. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing
Hello,
great.
sir.
Really looking forward to this. It's very exciting, and we're doing it live. Like,
This is
could
live.
not be more nerve-wracking
Hey,
than
what?
doing it live.
Just I probably have like 5 people watching. No pressure, no stress.
Not
I
a
mean,
big deal.
it's just between us, right?
Yeah,
We're just
absolutely.
playing some Halo, talking about Halo.
Yep.
So Jerry, I think you're going to join us today. We're going to talk a little bit about sort of the player progression, customization side of the game, things that kind of fall under our live team umbrella. Kind of from your perspective through that lens, what are you and the team looking for? What are your kind of high level goals? What does this tech preview mean to you?
Yeah, well, first let's really talk about what a live game means to us. Like, we have so much coming into Halo that we've never had before. We're on more platforms. We're on PC. We're free to play for the first time. So that means a lot, and that has a lot of changes that go into the fundamentals. And part of what I do as head of design is help ensure that everyone has their best work show up in the game. And the base fundamentals we use, we have some pillars that we're using to help make sure that our players get the best experience possible. And the first one of those pillars is player first. And you see that
We know this
primarily
already.
represented in some of our attributes, specifically that, hey, look, the time and the money that you're investing in our title are extremely important. They're job one for us.
Turning
why
my
you see
AC
us
unit
doing
on,
the
guys.
battle
Give me a
pass,
sec.
to allowing us to have that battle pass be switched, and then
There we go.
players aren't feeling the 100% FOMO to, I got to get it now, right? That's a player first model. The other player first model that we're looking for is that our experiences, we want to delight, and we want to have those experiences, grow as we move forward. The delight
What is going on?
it's pretty
Twitch?
key there, because we don't want to fall into some of the traps that you see with other free-to-play games where they just add chores, or they just add things that aren't really delighting the player, but the player has to get through. And so these mentalities change fundamentally what we're doing from a Halo perspective. Next big pillar is we want to listen, we want to learn, and we want to experiment with all of you as players. And this is critical. Like, Sketch, you're such a critical piece of this, of listening to the community, and it's everyone out there right now is screaming about Assassinations and screaming about Sprint and everything else, that all the various community members, they want to have a voice in the hobby that they love. And we're hoping to bring that to you, and working with you and your team, Sketch and Uni, and as well as when you look at Toshing, you look at our esports communities, all of them have voices that we want to make sure that we can hear and bring into our experiences. The next pillar off of that is the story doesn't end with Master Chief. The story is actually your story as well, and our story is going to grow even in the multiplayer side. And this is pretty critical when you take a look at what Tom French and the team have done with Academy and all the other stories that they're bringing to play. That's your story
Jesus,
in
chat
our
is, like, not
universe, and
good.
we want to make sure that you have a story that continues with you. And then lastly is just for the team. You see so many stories of game development teams being burned out and burned to a crisp. And we want to make sure that, our core pillar of, we want to be able to build a sustainable and predictable game for all of you. And that's really, really critical, because if the team isn't there and the team isn't supporting all of the experiences we want to bring to you, then you won't have those experiences.
Sorry, guys, I'm trying to
So we
mod
have
at the
do it
same
in a
time
very
as this. I'm trying to
predictable
ban a
fashion.
bunch
The
of
other thing
shit
from
in
a
the
player
chat.
first perspective, our players should be able to trust us that when we say, hey, we're going to go after, I've seen like the lists on Reddit and whatnot, right? And those lists are huge, right? And we obviously can't solve all of them on day one. In our launch, we're going to launch, and we know that we probably made some mistakes that you're not going to like from all of you, and we're going to need to correct some of those. And some of those you're like, hey, can you make it bigger? We want to go.
Yeah,
go
thank
after
you,
those
Wise
as well. So
Wise Fish.
that's
Thank you,
all
bro.
pretty
I appreciate it.
critical.
Can you
And so
ban
in this
these?
tech preview,
Fucking
which isn't
assholes,
a
please.
beta, is we're testing the technical side.
I'm trying to ban
And
him whilst
so
watching. It's
you
not easy.
Purchase everything. If you're in the technical preview, just go purchase everything. We need to test
Happily.
all of our services and connecting with our commerce engines and our commerce services. And you know, Joaquin and our service team are just, man, they're on point. They're amazing, and we just need to make sure that all the technology works. But we will have some customization.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not a full customization at all of what will be in the
Yeah.
in the launch.
Still excited to
product.
see it though. I just
But
want
that
to see something.
customization is going to help at least help us understand what's important to you from the small subset.
How do I even stick slow mode on?
Well, I think we should take a look at some of that. Speaking about my custom Spartans, I did want to just clarify one point. You're talking about spend as much as you can, buy everything.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, everyone invited to this tech preview will be granted a bunch of credits. So we're not asking anyone to spend your real money. So
Yeah,
in
no,
fact,
not at all.
We won't even take your money. There's no way to do that.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to give you our money and ask you to spend it and just go have fun.
Yeah.
So,
Fair enough.
And prices aren't none of that is final. We're just trying to get, you know, some semblance of differences, so you as players would know what, you know, what's
Yep.
better value, what's lower value.
I'm trying to set it up to slow
Let's go
mode, but I
back
don't
into
know
the
how.
build here, Josh. I guess we'll go to my screen, if you will, and I'm going to go into the customize menu here up at the top. Jerry, I thought we might just kind of
Oh,
run through
hello.
a few of these things, and then we'll kind of just navigate through the world of customization as it exists in this build, which, as you already noted, is just a subset of what we can expect to find in the shipping game. So I think we'll just go down the list here. People
Yeah.
are probably very eager, I assume. They've never seen this. By the way, I do like this idle animation. You let it sit, and it just kind of cycles through some really
Sidekick looks very nice
sort
there.
of 3D assets.
I like it a
Yeah.
lot.
Which is
Yeah,
just
Sorry, guys, I'm trying to put the
other
chart in
cool
slow
thing is,
mode.
like, you just pop into customization. You already know we're doing a lot more, and you know, it's great to hear Sam and you notice some of the customization that's going on with bots, and in your own hands with, well, you know, with your AR. That's all in the game for people to play with.
All right, well, let's start by going in the armor hall, and then we're
Yeah.
just going to kind of quickly move through here, and then we'll kind of bounce around like you and I discussed. So armor hall, pretty self-explanatory. This is where I'm going to customize my Spartan's armor, right? So right away, here we go. Now for this tech preview,
Sorry, guys,
because it's a
I need to get
subset,
these.
I'm going to have one armor core, and that's
work.
going to be my Mark 7 armor core. And you know, Jerry, you and I have discussed this a little bit. Just there's been a lot of questions, I think, in the community since we first started talking about armor cores, right? And we've demonstrated this and sort of showed it off in our old overview video and some prior blogs. So how would you sort of best describe, like, what is an armor core and sort of how should we think about that?
Yeah, so this is one of our new,
what's an armor core?
systems. So Christopher Blum and Jeremy have done a really great job here creating this system. You know, one of the things when we stepped back in design, we wanted to rethink how do we help make sure that our players are really represented as characters. And when you take a look at Spartan armor, it's like strapping on an F-22, or maybe you want a set of armor that is like an M1 Abrams tank, right? Each one of those vehicles is unique and has a unique character. The other great thing about that, the
Yeah,
thing we're
I've
trying
got
to build
settings,
is we're
live
trying
chat,
to make
slow
sure that
mode.
the
I literally
character
can't
of
find
that
it.
armor really comes through.
Trying to find it
There's
right
really
now.
no better way to show this than, hey, Josh, you have one of the pictures, one of the concept pictures? Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Okay. So everyone saw at the end of that amazing multiplayer trailer the samurai armor. When we talk about strapping on a piece of armor as a unique character, I think our first fracture core, and we call these fractures because they're not part of the main canon. They're part of basically side universes that you can look at. You can look at how we're trying to develop the character, and our artists have done an amazing job of really trying to represent the breadth of what we want to look at, maintaining the character throughout the entire armor set, and more importantly, allowing that customization and you as a player
slow
saying,
move.
"Hey, look, when I strap on that armor, that samurai armor tank, I want to make sure that I can make it mine." And this is the breadth in which we can really express. But
Slow
stay
mode is on,
within
I
the
think.
character. We don't want everyone to feel like they're just all one part of a single vehicle, basically. And so then you can look at what
Right,
the
slow mode is
artists
on.
have been able
Sorry about
to
that, guys. Let's get
think
back to
about,
this.
and you take a look at the attachments that you're seeing there. You're seeing swords. You're seeing, a bandolier. You're seeing grenades. You're seeing different hip pieces. You're seeing daggers. You're seeing darts. You're seeing whole different expression of what a samurai could look like. And that's pretty critical for us to help, at least in this first impression and our first moment for everyone at launch. Because remember, at a live game perspective, we are expecting everyone to provide feedback, what works, what doesn't work, what do you want to see more, and that's where the game will grow as we move forward.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
awesome, by
I'm
the
so
way.
sick.
I'm super excited by the Yoroi Samurai in particular, which, by the way, we've also confirmed will be one of the first free pieces of content that players can earn in Season 1 by just completing a free event, which is
Yeah,
really cool.
absolutely. And again, that type of completion where just playing the game and earning things is still a part of not only our DNA, but again, from a free-to-play game, we want to make sure that we provide multiple avenues, not just the battle pass, but you have
That
different
VR
ways
looks
in
so
which
good.
as we go forward, different ways in which you can earn things.
Yeah, right now I'm just kind of cycling through the weapon bench just to give
Yeah.
give our viewers a sense of what that looks like. So if I were to equip weapon coatings, I could check them out here. I'm just sort of scrolling through,
That's
giving
Bulldog.
people a chance to see some of the weapons that we have in the game currently that they'll be able to check out. So I really
and
love this feature.
This is so sweet because every time you pick up a weapon, right, you take it off the weapon pad, it is your weapon, and it'll be skinned the way you want it to. It'll look the way you want it to. It is just a sweet.
God, the VR looks so good.
Let's quickly jump into vehicle bay. I mean, one quick caveat here is none
hello.
of the experiences in this tech preview build will let you drive vehicles this time around. But of course, vehicles are an integral part of our sandbox, huge part of the experience, especially with the return of Big Team Battle.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to that a little bit later this year. But I'll just kind of give people a quick glimpse here of some of the updated models, some of these things we're seeing
hello.
for the first time, I believe.
Yeah, and again,
Scorpion
for
look
what we're
good.
showing here
Wasp
from a
looks
customization perspective,
good, yeah.
you make this you. So you get to say, hey, look, no, when I drive my Warthog,
I'm in love
or
with the
when I get on my
Razorback.
Razorback with my team, I'm the driver.
Gungoose.
I get into it first. It's going to look the way that.
never a massive fan of it, but it's cool
that
to see it back, I
I want
guess.
it to look like. And so as you continue to play and you're in the community,
Rocket
you're going
Hog.
to have different looks from players, and everyone will know like it is you in the driver's seat.
All right, then I'm going to jump down one more real quick here in the body and AI. This one, we obviously have a couple different body types I can choose from. I really love actually the depth that we've been able to go to now for prosthetics, right? Just an additional layer of customization and frankly inclusivity as well.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the biggest thing is just about
That's so cool, dude.
from a philosophy
I love that
perspective
prosthesis
for player
customization.
first is we want everyone to be able to represent themselves.
That's so
My
sick.
sisters actually does build prosthetics for a living, and this is very important. Is it's a part of your identity. It's also, quite frankly, some of it's really cool. And again, we're only showing a very small subset, so don't get lost in that. But the sheer fact that you can do your entire body the way you
That's
want
sick.
to from a prosthetic perspective and really make this your identity is really, really critical for us.
So personal AI is another new addition to the game. We introduced this. People
Oh, let's have a look at some of these AIs.
Some personal AI in
Yes.
the MP trailer, for example.
Share
I
with
know
the
there's
AIs.
a lot of people out there that became instant fans of Lumu, for example. And I think we'll talk more about this probably with Tom French in a bit, and we'll see it in action in some of our additional footage. But
That's so cool.
It's just a subset, right? So
Yeah,
there's.
and it's also just the beginning. Like this
can't-
is the this
I'll
is
try
the
and turn
biggest
it up.
thing. We have so many things in which to do, and
Okay.
even your AI sidekick, it's yours.
Oh,
to
dude, that's
express.
so
Like, It's
cool.
yours to make yours, and I think the cool thing is that
love
when
that.
you see Tom talk about it, and you see the modes you're going to use it in, it really becomes a part of the personality that you bring to the field.
Yeah, and each AI here, for example, has their own unique voice, their own unique personality. It's really fun, and then you can go one step further if you want
Oh,
to. And
yes.
actually even
Good.
a subset of colors as well. So
Oh, look at the
personal
names as
AI is
well.
One of my favorite
Everyday
additions to the
Mr.
game
Sunrise, it's all
currently, and I
Promethean
can't wait
one.
for players to experience more of that.
Whoa.
And then we have one more grayed out area here, and this is where I'd be able to do stuff like my service tag and emblem, and I think you've alluded
Announce
to
the
there's
voice.
more coming
There's
than
more
what's in
coming.
this build, so we want
Yeah.
people to stay tuned. Now I think let's quickly. I want to keep things moving here because I know
Sure.
folks are eager. We got a lot to get through. How about you want to jump over to the battle pass?
Yeah, let's do that.
Maybe we'll switch. Josh, why don't we jump over to Jerry? He'll drive us through, and let's just talk a little bit about what we're designating the Season 0 battle pass, and sort of what that's going to be for players in this technical preview.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we take a look at ourselves learning as a team, the reason why we want to do Season 0 is like the rest of our live experience, our team needs to build the muscle of listening to the players, of providing fixes, really going through even veteran people who've worked on games, game developers. When they go through a service, every game is different, every team is different, and it takes a lot of
Let me,
muscle building to
real quick.
really get into the rhythm for your teams to be able to
this
add to the game. And so what we hope to hear from on the technical preview side is, again, what's working for you, what's not working for you, what don't you like. Remember, the build is old, so don't treat it as if it's final at all. So as we go into these details, just remember, just send us your feedback. Give us the details that you want to see or improve on. And we won't, again, because we're a few months from launch, we won't necessarily be able to fix everything for launch, but we'll start adding lists together. First thing I want to talk about from a Battle Pass perspective is our challenges. Our
Good to see
challenge
challenges back.
system is the cornerstone. It is the underlying thing in which we go.
Platinum
Now,
Warrior.
everyone's familiar with these. We've done a little bit different. This is where you start seeing the first rewards that you get outside of the pass. So we know, right? Games are a bit different today than they were back in the day. In fact, back in the day, most people only had 2 to 3 games a year that they even looked at. Today, I bet you most of your Steam libraries are much larger than that. And that means players are going from Sea
Maybe.
of Thieves, or they're jumping over to Age of Empires, and then they're coming into Halo as well. And we want to make sure that when you sit down, you don't have to absorb an entire battle pass to say, what are my rewards? You can literally just come in, what are the challenges? I'm going to go play my games with my friends, and I'm going to get rewarded for it. That's pretty critical for us from a player first perspective. And then, of course, you're going to get people like me. I'm going to sometimes get sniper challenges. Now, I'm not Clutch in any way, shape, or form, or Micwin or any other pro team. I will skip the
I like that. That's cool.
that challenge. So I'll definitely probably swap that for sure. And I'll want to make sure that I don't have to do that because I'm not good at it at all. So let's look at the Battle Pass. So we're going to buy this? Is that
Okay,
what we're
here we
gonna
go.
Yeah,
Battle Pass.
We granted you. You're just like a real tech preview
right, so
participant.
this-
We have given you some money, Jerry.
do? All right. Good. I get paid today. Sweet. All right.
The Battle Pass is 250, whatever that is.
Sweet. Got the pass. We're ready to go. So, as you can see, oh, I bought it, so now you can't see the free labels. Shoot. Oh well.
Yeah, well, you're right. What we're not seeing is a smattering of objects in this pass are free, right? So
Correct.
even if someone doesn't want to opt into
So
the
most of
optional
it,
pass,
a
in
lot of
real
it's free,
games,
just
there will
like
still
any
be
of the
free
Battle Pass,
track
I'd
and things
assume.
that are along the
Yeah,
way.
the main thing you think of from a model that we have is every tier there's a free item and a premium item, and that means that
okay, that's
every
good.
single player, instead of having most systems,
In fact,
you
that's
have
really good.
large swaths of the tiers that aren't earned unless you're premium. For
That's
us,
really
we want
good.
you to earn every step of the way. And for the preview, we're only having 20 levels in the preview to be able to go after. And so, obviously at launch, we'll have much larger. We're not going to talk about that too much, but the great thing you're seeing here is you're seeing customization
Like a micro pass
all
for the
along
fly.
the way.
That's cool.
Do you want to go to yours?
Yeah, we
And
can.
we'll-
Yeah, Josh, you want to jump back over to mine because I had some development sheets enabled, so I've got everything already unlocked. Actually, Josh, switch back over to my feed there. There we go. So now that we have that context, Jerry, of
Yeah.
kind of sort of where this content's going to come from, I'm back in the armor hall. I've just kind of drilled now into this. This is what happens if I click in on my core, right? So.
Yeah.
Right, let's see some
This is-
customization.
we don't need
Come
to go
on.
through all this. I know folks are probably eager to see some more gameplay.
I don't-
We wanna talk
that's
about
not
bots and
recon.
arena
It's
as
not-
well,
that
but,
isn't recon.
You know, this is where I would apply
not a
my
fan of it
coatings,
either,
For example,
but,
some of these coatings I'm going to earn. We saw the Keystone coating as a challenge reward,
not-
for example.
that's not recon.
So this is just a taste of kind
It
of
was
what
called
I'll be able
Trailblazer.
to do. I can't wait to see how players in the tech preview. I would hope a lot of people are probably going to easily hit tier 20 and max
Give me
out.
that. Give me that gold visor. I
you
need
know,
that
it's
gold
not-
visor there.
that's our
Oh,
What
that
are you
was
doing?
nice.
You've had this long to prepare. Like, come on, you've waited for this. Be patient.
Be good.
Go crazy. But yes, this is just to give you an idea. As I unlock my content for the core, this is where I'm going to go in and be able to customize that.
Yeah.
And I
Not
mentioned
a
this the
big
other
fan of
day,
that
but
UI.
funny fact, someone
I'll be
pointed out to me
perfectly
that
honest.
If you want
I don't
to,
like
I think for the first
side-scrolling
time in a
UIs.
Halo game, you can have no shoulder pads. Which
Correct.
Oh, what?
hey, if that's your fancy,
cool.
go for it.
No
So
shoulder-
lots of
that's
different
it.
options here, and
Yeah, and this is like you're not seeing things in here like armor effects or other categories that we have listed here. For the
Gloves.
tech preview, it's really small, and so we tried to keep it basically the baseline pieces. Actually, let's talk about armor kit for a little bit. That's a
what is
brand new
because
concept.
I don't think this is really
So
fully supported in this build though.
yeah, so when we talk about specifically from a pillar perspective of continuing the story, the armor kit kind of represents a bunch of that story.
Okay.
And so when you see the season, and when we say story, we mean the continuing story of the universe from after you, when you're in campaign as Master Chief. What are the rest of the Spartans doing? You are a Spartan, and so your story belongs here too. But it's also a place in which you can show iconic characters within the Halo universe. And so a kit, for example, you might get, I don't know, George or Emil. Ooh. And that is an entire kit unto itself. And so you want to, you actually want to go fly the, do your battles on the battlefield like George. Huh. That's where you would
That's
go,
really cool.
To get that kit.
That's really cool.
Well, Jerry, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
I think there's still a ton of fun content in here for insiders this weekend to experiment with, unlock, explore. I do want to just reiterate as well, we've said this prior, but this is just a test, so nothing that people buy or unlock during this will carry over to the final game. We're going to wipe the
that
slate
music
clean.
was
And
good.
as Jerry noted, just we're looking for your feedback. We'll have information on Waypoint, by the way, as well as in your flight invitation that lets you know where to go and how to give that feedback. And the team wanted me to also just give a shout out and let people know that a lot of polish work is still happening. So everything from how things look and are presented, we're not done yet. So I want to make sure we're giving credit to all the hard work that's still being done and will continue up until launch this holiday. Jerry, any final parting thoughts or words you want to leave to us before we jump over and bring Tom in?
No, I mean, enjoy your time. And, as you said, Sketch, this is a few months old, and we have a long way to go from where we're at actually today and what you're seeing. But please go test every button, play everything so that we can make sure that we have the tech ready
Absolutely.
for you, when
Pleasure,
we launch.
Jerry.
Awesome. Well, cool. Thanks again, Jerry.
Absolutely.
Happy to have you here. We're going to take in one more quick break. We're going to bring in Tom French and the multiplayer team. We're going to talk about some bots. We're going to jump in, do a weapon drill or two, and talk about the Academy. And then we'll take a look at a match that we recorded on Xbox Series X. We'll be back in just a moment.
Nice. So whilst we watch this trailer again, for the 800,000th time, how are we feeling, guys, about what we just saw about customization? I'm pretty much all the way on board. Don't like the UI. I mean, I've got to try it myself, but I don't like that UI. I'll be honest. Horizontal UI. Someone said it in chat already, but horizontal UIs, especially when you've got so much content in there, are just not good for sifting through all the the content in it. You need a vertical UI that's sorted into submenus, like Reach had, like Halo 3 had, or Halo 3 kind of had it. Reach did have it, and Halo 4 did as well. But other than the UI, that all looks so good. I love the idea of armor kits being able to actually have your Spartan be another Spartan, like an Emil kit or a George kit. That's so cool. I really, really like that. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of UI in the chat, but other than that, the chat looks pretty happy. Yeah, dude, Superintendent is an AI, Mendicant Bias, Roland, Black Box. There's so many options, dude. Serena, so many options. They've got to do it. They will definitely do those for sure. Battle Pass, as long as the Battle Pass isn't the dominant, it's not the dominant way to unlock armor and armor accessories and whatever, then I'll be okay. My issue would be if the Battle Pass becomes the primary way to get all the armor, because then you're going to run into the issue like MCC, where for the first few months, everyone just has the exact same armor, because everyone is progressing through the Battle Pass at the same rate. You need something like Halo 3s or Halo 4s, or Reaches, where not everyone goes down the same unlock path, rather people can deviate. So in Reach, I may unlock the ODST helmet, but I won't buy it. Instead, I'll save up money for the Commando helmet, whereas somebody else will buy HAZOP, somebody else will buy ODST. We need a system like that, and I hope the Battle Pass, like I said, isn't the primary unlock method, because if it is, that'll be what we get, and it'll kind of suck. But if there's other ways to unlock armor that are equal to the Battle Pass, if you get me, then it'll be good. It'll be fine. Oh, here we go. UI is user interface.
Break. This is still our Halo Infinite tech preview live stream here from Redmond, Washington. I'm Sketch. And now I want to welcome Tom French,
Hey.
Tom, welcome, Associate Creative Director for Multiplayer. How are you?
It's wonderful to be in this room again. I've
What?
missed being in this space, so it's good to kind of just hang out. I kind of want to give you a big hug.
I
right
know,
now.
right?
It's wonderful.
This is the closest, this whole process, I haven't come this close to human beings in a long time.
Yeah,
I
it's a
feel
little
like.
weird. It's a little weird.
Well, it's good to have you here. I
Thanks,
feel like
sir.
this has been, I mean, this has literally been years in the making, safe to say.
Yes, that is very safe to say.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about multiplayer, which is obviously sort of the key focus for the tech preview. So much like I've talked to Sam and Jerry about, thought we might just open up with kind of giving you a chance to, from your perspective and your team, how are you thinking about the tech preview? Kind of what are your goals? What would you like our audience to know from your side of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jerry and Sam kind of hit a lot of it on the head. Really, the focus isn't about like kind of fair, balanced arena starts. It's really about a tech preview. We need to get a lot of data. There's a lot of PC data we need to do. Now that we're not like just, single console focus, there's a lot of information we need to really strengthen up our back end before we launch this game. To really just make sure everything's strong for the fans when we go live.
Yeah, and a lot of work obviously still happening. We've kind of covered that. Now, I think we've got a couple, I think safe to say we have sort of two signature content sort of buckets, features, if you will, of this tech preview, right? We've got an Academy experience, which I think we're going to talk about here first, and then we're going to move on to bots from that. So let's start by the Academy. We teased this a little bit. I think folks learned about it for the first time in our overview video last month. So from your perspective, what's the Academy all about? Where did it come from? What's the idea behind it?
I'm really proud of the Academy concept. Like when we started the journey to, what was going to become Halo Infinite, we needed, I don't know if you know this, but when you go to play multiplayer, it's intimidating to a lot of people. And so we needed to kind of create a ramp for how players get there and kind
Especially
of
with free-to-play.
smooth that out along the way. And so we thought about like, what are the obstacles that players have to do? And so the Academy is broken into like 3 core parts and then kind of a 4th extension to that. But the first part is a tutorial where we teach you the fundamentals of the game. We'll introduce you to the kind of the canon around the MP Spartan and what is the player Spartan's purpose in the greater universe. And then the next step after that, we have weapon drills, which we'll get to play with and talk about today, which is cool. And those are really about kind of just giving you a chance to put your hands on a gun in very simple settings, really just kind of mono-focused, right? And just really focus on how that gun performs and learn. And there's different skill levels, which we'll get to see a little bit. And then the third part is the what we call the training mode, which lets you play arena matches, basically, arena slayer inside of all of our arena maps. And lets you run around and you can configure the difficulty of the bots. You can configure your loadouts. You can configure, I don't know, there's just a bunch of tuning knobs to let you really kind of soften the experience. And then the next step I would say beyond that is once you kind of get comfortable in there is we have 4v bot matches. So we have 4 players. Halo's a team-centric game. And so we want players to learn how to play together kind of first and foremost. And you do that against bots before they kind of start getting headshots across the map.
That's good with free
Well,
to
you
play for
mentioned
sure.
weapon drills, which is the sort of the slice of the Academy that we're including in the tech preview today. I think we should jump into a weapon drill or two. I'm sure
That's it.
our viewers would love to check that out firsthand. I mean, Tom, if you're willing, I maybe put you on the spot here. I mean,
You can see how much I suck
I can
with
embarrass
a bunch of the
myself. I
guns.
mean, you know what?
Why don't we trade off?
Why don't we each do it, right?
all
So I'm happy to go first, Josh. If you want to jump back over to my POV here, I've already kind of jumped into the Academy menu. I'm presented with an option for weapon drills. I did want to point out this is not the entirety of our sandbox,
Nope,
right? This
it's
is
what's in the flight,
It's a
basically.
slice, right? So I would expect more
Good.
weapon drills. So, I think
All the skewers in there.
I don't know what fans would be most interested in seeing. I'm going to guess they probably don't need to see an AR
No,
weapon
let's
drill,
show-
right? So
maybe
let's
show
do
them
something a little
something.
more exotic.
Yeah.
Now, I might do this because this is
Okay.
one of my personal favorite new
Sure.
additions to the game.
Sure.
This thing is a beast.
It is a beast.
It sounds awesome. It feels awesome. And real quick, Tom, how would you want viewers to understand sort of, I got 3 options here
Yep.
for my weapon drill.
So there's 3 tiers of weapon drills, and the basic one is static bots, and they'll just stand there, kind of just let you get the hands on the gun, right? Shoot the basic targets, and we'll score you on your performance and kind of give you a grade so you understand how well you're using with that gun. The next tier, they're kind of
that
on more
music.
just like kind of simple paths or
Music's
crouching
good.
behind
Oh, yeah.
cover and things like that to kind of show you how to use the weapon, get you to move to that next tier of how do you
Okay.
track a target across the screen. And then the third tier is more, they actually are doing combat behaviors. They're not firing back at you, but they're running around and they're ducking and they're a lot less predictable. And so they're kind of harder to track. They're kind of using more of the actual bot behaviors and mentality. So
I guess I'll split the difference and go, I'll go like a tier 2 here,
Okay,
right?
okay.
I mean, don't judge.
let's see how you score.
Don't
Turn
judge.
me into
There's a
a
lot of
weapon
pressure here. And I mean, safe to say there's been a lot of internal trash talking as well, right?
Yeah, we trash talk a lot, especially about scores. Like, I mean, we're a competitive team at our core, so that's what you have to do.
And speaking of too, I think there is a cool, not only is this a learning module in a lot of ways, but there is a competitive angle to it. And, I think safe to say down the road, the team's thinking about,
Okay.
possibility of things like leaderboards and kind
Let's
of
see
how do
this
we
then.
really bring that gamification
going on
and
here?
competitive element to this.
Yeah, that was something that we really wanted in the core design, and just it just didn't fit into the schedule. So we're just building this kind of as a platform for how we can add more over time.
Okay, here we go.
30 seconds.
Not doing good. By the way, that's something our fans noticed right there. We have damage per sort of location
I like that.
specific
That's
visual
really cool.
indicators on damage, right?
Yeah, it's really helpful, right? It really helps just that pop where you're hitting.
Look at
the
that.
target.
I choked right there. Now, are you a
Commander
feather the
sounds
trigger person with
beefy.
this weapon, or do you just sort of pray and spray?
I'll just be honest. I'm hot garbage with this gun. That's first and foremost my problem. I'm trying to get better with it. I kind of use it.
I like
as,
how it's
an
scored. There's gonna be a lot of
automatic, but when
leaderboards
I'm
for
kind of
that.
at range, I'll switch to kind of the feathering.
Oh,
the
no.
trigger. Oh man, that pillar got in your way.
That was not a great
It wasn't
performance.
terrible.
2-star.
It
I mean,
wasn't terrible.
I think there is a bonus for like a quick reaction, right? Like if I were to quickly zoom in on the target right when it appears, I think I might get an extra.
I
bit
think
of
there's
points for
extra
that,
little
right?
bonus points and little twists around it. So
All right, I want to put you on the spot now. We're
Okay.
going to switch over to your point of view. So
Okay.
So first of all, okay,
right.
going for the
Should
controller,
go.
right? Because we
Should probably pick
support
that up.
mouse and keyboard or controller, doesn't
I'm
matter.
a controller guy.
Whatever suits your fancy. Tom, I am hearing from our friends over here in the room that it sounds like chat is unsurprisingly very interested in seeing the BR.
I
yes.
think that's expected.
Yes.
Let's bring up the BR then.
There was the
Let's see
BR.
how- I mean, I'm okay with
I do
this.
like
I
where you're going with the more exotic weapons, though. So maybe we just kind of break the rules and squeeze in a third game.
We'll squeeze in
and-
another
okay.
one.
Go on, give us the
I'll
skewer
I'll try
after.
to go the third tier so people can see kind of the different behaviors. And so you see there were kind of more bouncing targets in what you were doing. So you'll see this. They should take a little more cover and stuff. But yeah, obviously a fan favorite weapon.
God, the BR looks
I'm
so
really
good.
nervous how well I'm going to score. Let's see.
Oh, the BR
At least we're
looks so
picking
nice.
different weapons, so we're not really like we can't really compare each other against each other, right? So
Yeah, people are already making fun.
I
of
do
me
like
on the
that fire
screen. You
sound.
can see it, or imagine at least.
Not quite sure if I prefer it over
really
the classic
terrible about
like
managing
metallic
my
sound,
reloads.
but I
I'm
do like
an
that.
incessant reloader.
Yep.
Let's see there. I probably
BR
should have
looks
reloaded right
so
there.
nice to fire.
well, it's when we're missing shots like you and I do, it makes it a little hard to be predictable on that reload.
I know.
too,
I
right?
really feel like it's part of my job to get better at this, and I'm trying, and I am getting better. I'm a little more better at like BTB is kind of my brag. But you
Yeah.
can see they're kind of dancing around a little bit. They're strafing more. They're not just.
I wonder if they
bounce
crouch
patterns.
strafe. Hot crouch strafing AI would be kind of insane.
Hitting headshots. At
I like how it shows where you're hitting on the
almost got
shield.
this.
That's good.
Time's up. I think that's a pretty good score. Well, it's a new high score compared to whoever else played on this build.
I think nobody. So all right.
Yeah.
So I hit tier 2. So rank 2. So yeah. So you can see like we're trying to kind of give you some grading so you can understand.
This
your
kind of
skill
reminds me a
level,
bit
like,
of
how
Modern
you
Warfare
can
2
get
Spec
better, or,
Ops.
you know, a little bit like
Everyone's gonna be going
you
for
can
3
get better,
stars.
So you can understand where you're.
Yeah, not a big fan of the
All right,
recoil.
I think we're getting the request. Let's maybe like at least one more.
Oh,
do you want to play
heat-
one more since you're already
Heatwave
in?
or
Why don't you
skewer?
do it?
I mean,
Go
Put
on.
you the
Okay,
spot.
I'll do it.
So I'm hearing that there's a lot of interest in the heat wave. This
Yes,
is, I don't
yes.
think we've really seen or shown this really to date. So this
Okay.
is obviously new and exciting. A little bit unconventional, right? A little bit different.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, it has an alt fire, which is cool. It's something that's kind of new to Halo. I know Quinn and his team was really proud of that. And kind of how do we introducing this kind of concept into the game, and how can we use this kind of more in the game. This weapon's really fun, and the two alt modes, or the two modes, are basically vertical and horizontal fire.
That's so cool.
I can't remember how this drill performs, so see, one of the things cool about the drills
Okay.
is a lot of they're trying to do behaviors that actually encourage.
Oh,
you to
that's a
use the weapon
cool-
correctly.
That is
So,
a
like,
cool
those-
redid
these two
animation.
were bouncing near each other, and so
like
you can get a
flip
more
down, it's like
optimal, like, kind of
pulsating.
horizontal shot.
Yeah, and I know folks noticed
That's
it's
so
pretty
sick.
nuanced there, but I think you're using your left trigger to sort of swap between those two different
Yeah, the two
firing
modes,
right?
okay.
Yep.
All right,
I
get
that
together, boys.
yeah.
Thank
big-
you.
I
This
already
will
love
penetrate,
that.
Right? So you
Yeah,
can line
and
guys up
whoever
and just take them
penetrates-
all.
oh,
Very
the
cool.
Oh, it
flash
penetrates.
shots, there we go. Oh.
You can hit 2 for 1 into
I'm
the heat
definitely
wave
not
then.
managing my
That is
reloads.
such a sick
I feel like
redid
I have more
animation.
time in the game, right? Like when you're in a match, you like hide behind cover. But this is definitely that like kind of stressful, which is in a good way. Like it
That-
helps you get better by,
That is
you
a
know,
cool
going
weapon.
through the repetitions and the drills.
Well, the world
Ah,
watching.
dude,
this
that's
is probably-
such a
Yeah, it doesn't
sick
help.
animation when you recharge it.
I think I'm more nervous about you
Like
just giving
pulling
me
it down and having it vibrate. That's so cool.
That's all right. We ran the E ESRB up front.
thank
We're
you.
good.
Oh, that's
We're good.
good.
We're
That
so
is
may-
cool.
may
Yeah,
not
it's
help
like
it.
like it's
Content may not be
Oh, I
suitable
got
for
it.
all audiences. Look at you, man.
it all right, I
You're
did it
sandbagging
right.
us here. 3-star. You're a master. So
Maybe
that's
we
the
haven't
heat
tuned
wave.
those scores yet, so maybe
We're not
we
going to
need
go
to-
through every weapon drill, but you know when the tech build goes out tomorrow, the weapon drills will be available right away. So you folks
Awesome.
that are in the flight can play to their heart's content all weekend long. We encourage you to do that, and I want to see people kind of see if you can beat Tom's score. There you go. Let's throw the gauntlet out.
Yeah,
See-
please. I mean, please beat my score. If you don't, I'll be disappointed.
So, Tom, obviously, we talk a little bit about bots as it relates to the Academy experience that we just saw here, but bots is kind of the other signature experience as part of the tech preview. So, before we get into the specifics, bots are brand new to Halo. Like, what do you want the world to know about bots? What's cool about them? Why are you excited about them?
I'm really excited about bots because, again, like, playing multiplayer in Halo is a scary thing, and so it gives players, like, we have this kind of notion of safe and being able to play safe and offline in the training mode and things like that. And so having bots to really reflect kind of player behaviors is a big goal of ours. And so actually our bots don't cheat. I'm really proud of the work our bots team has done. They really are emulating player behaviors. They're doing things like watching the motion tracker. They're listening for footsteps. They'll like pre-nade an area as you get into the better bots and things like that. So they actually are kind of reflecting player behaviors back into the game for you to, even if you're a learning player, you can kind of, oh, it did that. That's something I can learn as a tool. But again, really just giving players safe place to experiment and learn and warm up. Like we found out, the community was like, when we first started talking about, they're like, oh, I can warm up before a match and stuff like that, and that was absolutely
that's a
part
good
of the
idea.
intent. And
I like that.
We do it actually internally. Our
In Counter Strike, before I play
They're
ranked
no
in Counter Strike, whatever
slouches
it is,
either. I can say. I
competitive.
mean, let's talk about that
First
for a
thing I do
minute.
is
We've
always
mentioned this
go
a
to
little bit in our
a
blog
bot
last
map.
week, but
That's cool.
my understanding is we want to kind of ease people into the experience this weekend, so they'll be able to jump online. And I think it's our second lowest skill level bots to start with, right?
Yeah, we have in the game we'll have 4 different tiers of bots. There's recruit, and then there's marine, there's ODST, and Spartan. And like we're gonna start with the marine level, which is basically kind of like a silver level player, and then we have the ODST, which are more like a gold, and then
Spartan.
The Spartan is I'm losing my words right now, but they are obviously the higher difficulty level. But we're trying to get like really just. They're the plat level player. Duh. I don't know why I'm thinking that. But yeah, so we're trying to just really kind of ramp it up. We want to let players play against the different spots so we can see the different kind of how players perform against them. We know they're not gonna like, they're not Shotsy. They're not gonna like just dong on you like immediately, even when we get to our highest level. They really are a warm up and a learning tool inside of the game.
Yeah, and I think my understanding is too that we want to get focused testing and data and sort of feedback on each of those sort of bot, you just mentioned the bot sort of skill levels. So if, for example, we get enough engagement and the collective community slays enough bots after we go live on Thursday, my understanding is, okay, cool, you guys have passed phase 1 now, right? So then we're going to kick off and escalate and sort of raise the difficulty up and introduce the ODST bots. So
Please do.
Our hope and expectation is that everyone out there is playing so much, we're getting all the data that we need, and we're just going to keep ratcheting it up with the goal of, let's hope by Sunday we've got Spartan bots out there, and we'll really see how some players can stack up to that. And I believe we're also going to kind of gradually introduce maps in a similar fashion. So the big message there, I think, for tech preview participants is we need you to play a lot and come back every day, because we're going to try to keep that experience evolving.
Don't need to ask me to do that.
I also wanted to shout out that we're going to be keeping an eye on our stats on the back end and looking to do a little celebratory shout outs on the Halo Twitter account. So each day we're going to be looking for which player has slayed the most bots, who's won the most games, and also I think kind of interesting, which team has been able to get 50 slays and win their game against bots the fastest. And what's really cool in the twist here, we're going to track all that. We'll shout you out on our social channels, but when this game launches this holiday, we're going to capture your gamer tags now and be able to you'll be the first ever recipients of one of our sort of exclusive emblems, nameplates rather, for the Fire Unicorn, which has been sort of something that we've had throughout Halo 5. A little bit
Blitz is going to get that.
Well. So pretty cool. We're able to kind of start that muscle now a little bit.
Yeah.
So bragging rights, high stakes, slay a lot of bots, play a lot, but don't slouch, because these bots mean business, especially by the time we get to Sunday. So Tom, the last thing I kind of wanted to switch into as well, speaking of evolving the experience, we're thinking about possibly turning on some classic Slayer Arena, I believe, as well at the end of the weekend, correct?
Yes, I mean, I think the intent is we're going to start with live fire with the map, which is one of our arena maps, and then we'll go into recharge, or we'll add recharge, and then we'll add Bazaar, which is set in Mombasa. Actually, I really want people, especially our fans, to really look around that map. There's some kind of nerdy lore things in there that are super cool. But at the end, the intent is at the very end, we can unlock basically a chance to play some 4v4. There's a bug in there right now where sometimes you won't match at 4v4. You can get a 3v4 match. We should backfill somebody into that match, hopefully, generally within a minute or so. It depends on obviously matchmaking and population times at that point. But yeah, so it should balance out. Again, it's not going to give you that full fair, like core competitive Halo start, but it will give players at least a first chance at like hands on stick to kind of put sights on another player.
For sure, and I just kind of wanted to reemphasize, like our number one priority is the bot experience, and it's getting all the data that involves. Because I don't think we mentioned this, but even just from the dedicated server perspective, a bot match kind of taxes the servers and uses resources differently than a traditional PvP match, right? So it is important to us that we load test that.
Yeah, the bots are actually, they're running on the servers, and so they're actually putting weight on the servers. And then it literally, because it's 4v4, 4 players versus 4 bots, you're going to spin up twice as many servers, and so kind of testing scale and stuff like that at that time as well.
As long as we hit these gates and sort of checkpoints over the course of each day, we could have quite a bit of fun here at the end of Sunday night. But I did want to reiterate what Tom pointed out. We are aware the experience does have some rough edges, but as long as you're willing to sort of put up with that, we'd love to jump in and be able to have that fun with you as well. So, Tom, I think the last thing that we're going to jump into here in a minute is our... we have one more gameplay footage. We have a full match we recorded. Before we do that, though, I have a couple other things I think I just want to rattle off. One, split screen comes up a lot. It's a big part of the Halo multiplayer experience. I did just want to call out that is not supported in the tech preview. It is still something that is important to multiplayer for launch, obviously, but in the tech preview, it's not will not be supported. So I think honestly, I believe you could even split screen in with your buddy on your couch, but then you can't load into the playlist together. So I just wanted to call that out in case folks get stuck in that situation. Something else that I just thought while you're here we could just chat about, I could ask you. Folks started asking this question as we showed off some of our MP content last month, and they're obviously going to sort of get the experience firsthand starting tomorrow, and that's about Assassinations. Oh. We saw a couple moments in the trailer where we saw some clutch back smacks that probably would have been an assassination. Folks have asked us, are they in? Are they out? What's going on with Assassinations? So what's the scoop there?
So they're not in for launch, and I think we're just going to be straight about that. Right? Like, we actually really love Assassinations, and I remember being at an HCS tournament with Quinn, the Hoyer.
I'm sure about that one, Chief.
Right when I took my gig, and we were watching a match, and somebody went to backsmack somebody, and they had Assassinations enabled on accident because they turned them off, right? And they got this amazing assassination. It was a super hype moment in the crowd. But what happens at a lot of levels is people just turn them off because there's a gameplay disadvantage of it. And so one of the things we really wanted to do is take a step back and how do we think about how do these fit into infinite gameplay loops? And so one of the things that Quinn and I keep talking about is like when we bring them back, we want them to be back and fit right into our sandbox and the loops of the game and bring them back in a way that really just feels meaningful. So they're always an accessible tool, but also kind of a flourish moment that people have.
Yeah, so we talk about this a lot. Launch is only the beginning. Jerry alluded to kind of what it means to be a live service and those opportunities that it brings. This is a perfect example of something that I know is already on the team's radar, and I can't wait to. It's something to look forward to, and I can't wait to see how bots evolve and eventually. Assassinations evolve. Bots will evolve too, right? No, you're right. Getting assassinated by a recruit bot would be I think you have to resign at that point if that were to happen.
I think we delete your profile at that point.
So I think one more thing we're going to show today, I know people have still been clamoring for we just want to see a full match. Just show us a match end to end. So we have that here today. We're going to do that right now just to kind of tee this up. I believe this was recorded last week or so. This is Xbox Series X gameplay just directly out of the console. These are not bots in play. This is a 4v4 Slayer on Livefire. Yep. I think a few members of our pro team mixed in with a couple members of the studio at large. Kind of to your point, right now for this focus, we're not trying to sort of telegraph this is the competitive side of our game.
Exactly.
So this is about social, it's about fun, it's about learning and kind of evolving. So no one should read too much into that, right?
Yeah, this is not your BR starts really curated level. This is kind of more what we call internally our pub experience or our non-ranked experience, and so this is more of the quick play options that people will be seeing.
That sounds like they're doing
Josh,
BR starts and AR starts
again, Tom, if you want to we can provide some commentary along the way. We're not going to try to cast this or anything. I'm sure folks are just eager to soak it in.
I get Bravo to yell at me later if I do.
It's about 7-8 minutes, I think, end to end. But this is a full match of 4v4 Slayer, Halo Infinite, in our tech preview, essentially a version of this build. On Livefire. So Josh, go ahead and roll that when you're ready.
No Assassinations at launch is a...
Right, yeah, I think this is a pro.
That's an elbow.
POV.
Well, let's see how good they are. right
Heat
off the
wave
bat.
is a massive
He's got the
double
heat
wave.
wave, right?
Yep.
So he switched to vert.
Heat wave looks so good.
So there's
Steitzer.
Stites. It's good to have Steitzer back, or we call it. There's some nickname of Stitesy is kind of the people implementing the VO.
That takes ages to
Dude
activate.
shield covered the position.
Yeah, I like that little peek technique. I haven't personally done that, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like I learned a lot by watching this pro team video actually and how to play it. Like we watch them, we have regular weekly play tests with them. I don't play with them generally because they're so good, and we put our kind of better players up against them.
Also noticed that player went straight for the power weapon that's
God, that
on
guy was
this
flying.
map in Slayer, which is hard for me to use, if I'm being honest.
So you'll see, like, I mean, so you can see the friend foe. That's one of the obvious things you're looking at.
Needless
there,
sounds a
and
bit
we talked
weird.
about it earlier.
Sounds like a
It's something that
suppressed
we continue
SMG.
to kind of iterate and evolve, even beyond this build. I think this might be our main build right now.
The needless sounds of
Power
this are
up
so
and
weird. It sounds a bit like the Modern Warfare 3
Skewer
suppressed
is
MP7.
It's satisfying as heck, but it's hard for me to use.
I am worse at that gun than I am with the commando rifle for sure. When you hit a target, like especially a vehicle, it's super
The
satisfying.
skewer looked really hard to use, to be fair.
Alright, so
Like,
spectating.
that was a pro player playing with it then, and he missed a shot like that close. That's good. Need weapons like that. Oh, the sound effect for the plasma pistol! Oh my god, that sounds so good! It's got the classic sound in there.
Hard for us to hear
Oh,
in studio, but I believe you'll hear some personal AI coming through.
Yeah, you're hearing. There's a few things. So there's the Spartan chatter that we had in Halo 5. It really just kind of brings the battlefield, gives a lot more like reaction feedback to what's going on in the game. But you'll hear this personal AI, and what we did with them is we replaced what was called Spartan Leader, our team leader, and it's just a more personal version of that, and they have a lot of personality, and so it lets you kind of swap around and kind of customize that feedback, and they give you a lot of low-level fit. Pulled the power up.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention, that's a change, right? It doesn't
That effect
activate
is-
on pickup anymore.
whoa.
You can hold on to it.
Yeah, we think that'll bring a lot in the long term and allow us to do more things with power-ups than kind of just, traditional kind of just quick stat kind of reflections, but having like really the notion of power equipment in the game.
One thing that we won't see in this point of view, I really love the visual language that you and the team have introduced. It's very obvious when someone's pocketing a power-up. Like
Gardecate's
that.
got
You'll
a
see
very
a
fast
glowing
kill
trail
time.
behind
Like a
it.
contrail behind them. Yeah, that was a big thing, is making sure we at least telegraph that information.
God.
That was, making that switch. There was a lot of critical lenses on making sure that there was at
Diegik has
least
a
readability
very, very
for
fast
the
kill
game.
time.
I mean, so now it's sort of that risk-reward, right? Do I hold this and wait for that final push? Do I burn it now so I don't lose it?
Yeah, you make a lot of choices that way. Like I sometimes will pocket.
It does
and
look quite
think
fun
I'm
to use,
being
actually.
Cocky, and then I'll lose it, and I'll give like overshow. That was a dope. I'll give the OS to the enemy. Which
imagine.
is, super risky at that point.
We're seeing a couple of the little sort of, what do we call those, tutorial tips popping up there, which
Yeah.
you can turn off in
Oh,
the
God,
Yeah,
settings.
you
LBR.
can turn them off, but on
Yes.
they're death tips is what we call them.
I
But
see an
yeah, giving
actual
a little bit
LBR.
of feedback, about the type of weapon that killed you, or like how you can respond better to it.
That
I'm not
looks
sure
like
at
a
this
very
point
nice
the pro
BR
team
to fire.
needs to know that, like, hey,
Yeah, exactly. Or like just opt out if you don't really care about it, if you don't need that information, or it makes you feel bad, as some people might feel.
I do love this map.
Yeah, the pelicans flying by. It's the
That's cool.
it's an homage to Sergeant Avery Johnson Academy of.
That's such a cool little detail.
So it's kind of cool just to kind of pay homage to, like, one of ours and everybody's favorite character in the set of the Halo canon.
By the way, whoever this player is just getting active camo every spawn. I don't know what the other team's up to right now.
Seems to be watching.
Camo
the
seems
call-out.
powerful,
yeah,
which is good.
The power-ups, we treat those like, like the power weapons and stuff. They're up on a pad.
It
They have a
seems
lot
like
of
Halo
messaging
5
and
levels are powerful,
broadcasting
which
about them, so
I
you know
liked a
when they're
lot.
coming up.
I really didn't like how when the powered camo was in
Spartan
Halo
AI
4 and Halo
calls it out
Reach.
as well. So there's a lot of
Whereas
information
Halo
just
5
kind of driving
It's like
feedback.
Halo 3 again, in terms of how powerful it was.
Stick there.
And this seems to be the same.
You can see, like, there's the weapon racks you'll see in the levels as well. He ran past one a second ago.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
back
it's in the
there
background, right?
Yep.
What's cool about them is, like, before you might run past where a weapon would spawn and then not realize that it's coming up in 2 seconds, and it could change your choice.
Halo 5's
And
camo
like,
was
we
not
like,
trash.
Play test this morning.
Halo
it just
5,
stopped at one
unless you
point,
were like
and a weapon
thrust
was
sliding
oh, it's
everywhere,
2
Halo
seconds
5's
out, and I
camo
have to
was
wait for
really,
it and
really
switch out my
strong.
pistol, which I think I'm just telling everybody that I'm really bad with a lot of the guns in our game.
Where are they? Yeah, this map, I'll be honest, this map does give me, like, it doesn't look like the pit at all in terms of the layout or anything, but it gives me pit vibes, kind of. You guys getting that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really cool when somebody's
Caboose,
really
it reminded
good
me of
with
the
it. It's
Half-Life
really
2 Crosslife,
threatening because they can
Half-Life
just
2
feather the
Crossbow
thing
as well.
super fast and just crack
This
people.
player really likes this little like drop wall kind of
covering a
technique,
post,
huh?
yeah.
It's
like
cool
kinda
seeing the
locking
heat
down
wave
an
shots
entryway
bounce
so you
around
can watch
everywhere.
the
It's
back.
like scatter shot on steroids.
It's neat to watch how people use these, like all the different equipments in different ways.
Well, hopefully a lot of players this weekend are going to be lighting us up on social, sharing clips with us, because I can't wait to see just some of the new creative ways that the community at large figures out how to use this new sandbox.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. Like, I mean, like
Jesus.
the way we have our maps
That is
tuned in
powerful.
our main builds is they have different equipment and stuff on them, and because we don't have the entire sandbox in the flights, as we swap things out, so it's actually not even the same kind of basically map placement path that we would have in the released version of the game.
Someone just got an overkill.
You know, it just at least.
I
gives
like
us
that. It
something
says
to-
they actually got an overkill
something
in
there for people to
the
play with.
like the kill feed. That's cool. This map does look a bit
Yeah, it's getting
small.
close. You can hear the music starting to kick up, kind of signifying the end of the match is
Uh,
coming.
It's a little bit
I
small.
do love that. The multiplayer music, very cool.
I'm really proud of the multiplayer music. There's a cool story about how we got to basically getting the music. in the
Needler does
game.
seem strong, which I'm happy
But
about.
It really meets this tone. It's something
happy
I've really
about that.
wanted since Halo 4. Was this kind of post-rock soundtrack to the multiplayer? Well, actually just a Halo, but it became one of my goals for multiplayer.
I think Spartan 711. I think they said there's one more section after this. So we're like almost 75% of the way through. I think. Might be wrong though. This might be the last bit. This looks like the last bit. Hey.
5 minutes remaining.
Cool.
There. Yeah, my only complaint so far with this map is it looks a bit small. But we'll have to wait and see.
Halo's got some drama.
There you go.
It
Oh,
is.
I got
There
it.
we
Somebody else
go.
got it.
There we go.
Cool.
Yeah, that was actually me playing.
Oh, was you?
But,
Nicely
yeah, Since we
done.
won.
Nicely done. I'm proud.
Hey, so I'm happy that we were able to show that today. Not only kind of our first time showing
Very
the
good
game
to see
on
that.
Xbox Series X, but we know the community's just show us a full match end
just-
to end.
I just
So
went to drink a
happy we're
bottle of
able
water
to do
with a
that.
cap
You'll be
on.
able to see a lot more of that, obviously,
Just
firsthand
water.
this weekend. And I think safe to say, once we get a little further down and we're ready to talk more about the competitive side and some of the ranked settings, we know people are probably eager to see. I would love to see a true 4v4 pro team match. So
that'd be brutal.
we'll bring that later. Tom, any kind of final words or parting thoughts you'd like to share before we wrap this up today?
I mean, mainly I'm just really excited to finally get to put this game in people's hands. And even though it's just a tech
Long time
preview,
coming.
you get to at least touch the game. You get to run around.
been
You get
awesome.
to experiment with the sandbox. You get to help us, be part of our team in a way. And then, just help us kind of keep building towards the next flights as we get to launch.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We're super excited. I'll be
indeed.
playing all weekend as well. We'll be online playing, watching. Just wanted to go through a couple quick things right after this broadcast is over. If you want to head to HaloWaypoint.com, we have an updated blog that'll go out that'll kind of recap the official play times that we recommend for the flight experience for people who are
Sweet.
involved. You can take a close look at some of our known issues and just kind of get a better sense of what you
We'll
can
have a look at
expect
that
this
in a minute.
weekend. Also, just wanted to mention that we're also going to be flighting our next version of Halo Waypoint. So on app and web, we call it Waypoint V Next here internally. That actually will be included in this tech preview. Really cool work happening there to help really extend my in-game experience out beyond the game to web and app. You can sort of experiment with your customization, challenges. That functionality will be working during the flight. Encourage folks to check that out as well. And as a reminder, if you want to be a part of this and an opportunity to play future tech previews and flights of this nature, head to
look fun.
HaloInsider.com. Sign up. Please make sure your profile is complete. That includes, we need you to verify your email, and we need you to make sure you pick which platform you want to flight on, one or both. And if it's PC, we also need you to upload a DX-to-AG file. All the information you need and all the steps are clearly outlined. Just go to HaloInsider.com. Because next time we're going to go bigger. We need even more people. We got to go larger scale because we still have a couple of steps to go between now and launch this holiday. And lastly, just want to say thank you to everyone. Clearly, the community, we really
Thank you,
appreciate
Sketch.
your
How many
feedback,
viewers?
your passion through the years. We know you've been eagerly awaiting this moment as much as we have. The Insider Group in particular, huge part of our MCC project to bring that game, update it, improve it, bring it over to PC. That wouldn't have happened without the Halo Insider feedback and flighting program. And we can't wait to bring that same passion and that same just devotion and desire to make the best game possible to Infinite. So I want to thank you in advance for your time this weekend, being a part of this tech preview. And that's all we got. So share us your clips online. Head to Halo Waypoint for more information.
Ooh,
And
that's it.
we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much. Oh, right. Let's have a look. Halo Waypoint. So, broadly speaking, I think they look really good. I've got a few issues: UI, made hit markers, no assassinations. They're the big three right now. But other than that, I think they look really good. Let me hear your ratings. What we talking? What we thinking, chat? What we thinking out of 10? After that, for some reason, I say for some reason, Halo Waypoint does not appear to be loading, and I'm pretty sure it's down. Let me have a look. 7, 9, 9, 8, 5, 8.5, 8, 10, 10, 9, 7.5. Yeah, Halo Waypoint is not working right now. Shock horror. Shock horror. Oh, grenade hit markers will only be available in social and unranked experiences. They'll be turned off for competitive. Yes, beautiful. Thank God. That's good to hear. Right. Well, I would have loved to have had a look at this Waypoint post, but as you can see, it doesn't want to load. Because Waypoint's down. You know what? Whilst Waypoint loads, if it loads, I'll go back through some of the donations and try and catch up on them, because I missed quite a few. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Thank you, the Swedish kroner. Thank you for the 20 Swedish kroner, I think. Flagstangnoppstops Goring Smeder. I'm not sure what that means. That's a very hard word to pronounce, but thank you very much for 20 kroner. Planet Nosers, thank you for the $5, dude. Game was never real to begin with. Every action you do is algorithmically generated, scripted real-time cutscene, depending on what you press, clearly. Dude, it's like the Matrix. We're just living in the Matrix. Thank you very much, dude. Tagster, my dude. Thank you for the 5 franc. Thank you very much, man. Good to see you here. Hope you're doing well, man. Splitmoon Games, thanks for the £5. Got an invite. Yeah, exactly, dude. Welcome to the flights. Welcome to the flights. Guys, make sure you go and check your emails. Just go and check them again. Just in case. You never know. You could have got an email during that show, so go and check. Holly Brook with the £5 again. New weapon is great. Old weapon is also great. I agree. Both at the same time. I agree. Andrew Runyon, thanks for the $5. Yeah, the emails download will probably come tomorrow. Hey, Kelly. How's it going, dude? Thanks for the $10. Mr. Actman himself. HiddenXperia and Actman gameplay collab. Hell yes, dude. It has been a very long time coming. Absolutely. This weekend, we are doing it. Can we get an iconic for Actman in the chat, please? Thank you very much, Kelly. I appreciate the $10, dude. Good to see you. Hope you enjoyed the show. The man himself, the man of the hour. Lone Wolf 45, thanks for the $2. Do you think the Reach DMR will make it? I don't see how the DMR could fit in alongside the Commando, and honestly, I'm happy with that. I think the Commando looks a lot more interesting than the DMR. I've never been a DMR fan, so I'd prefer the Commando, honestly. By the looks of it, I'd prefer the Commando. I don't see the Arbiter in the game. I've been mentioning Devastate. Yeah, Hunter Clink, I'll be kind of the same. Thanks for the $5, dude. Jordan Reed, thanks for the Canadian $5. Have you tried Big Elo? I have not, but I will write it down. Thank you very much, dude. Big Elo. Thank you very much. Greg Herman, thanks for the $10, dude. Love the channel. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I absolutely will do. Thank you for the $10. Christian Costera, thank you for the membership, dude. Yeah, well, just give me a little bit, dude. Guys, I'll get through this. I'll get through them all. I'm gonna need some water for this. Justin Bennett, thanks for the $5. Got your email. It'll all come through tomorrow, I guarantee. Thank you for the $5 there, dude. Rebecca Tom, thanks for the $5. Not a fan of the lack of assassinations. That's not great, I'll be honest. I don't like the idea of like, oh, don't worry, they'll come later. Like, this is why I don't. Oh, it's loading. Oh, here we go. We're in. Schneidish, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much, my fellow king. Right, I'm not gonna do a video breakdown of this or anything. because we're going to be playing the game tomorrow, so I don't need to. Let's just have a look if there's anything juicy in here. First move, so dive in and check out what I've been hard work on. Bear in mind, as a reminder, okay. Right. So they've not given us a time tomorrow as to when it's going live, which is interesting. Funnily enough, right? I recognise that. I'm almost certain that's like Halo 5 concept art on there. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Right, so dates times. We can always play matchmaking, but if you're unsure of when to play, please join us during the following. Okay, so they've not given us, unless it just goes live, like when it becomes July 29th in Pacific time, which is a possibility. They're the times, and it closes at 10 a.m. PT, which is 6 p.m. UK time on Sunday. No, on Monday. On Monday. Okay, interesting. Bot Slayer, weapon drills in the new Waypoint app, support site. Testing, we did this already the other day. Known issues. AMD thing, they mentioned that on the stream. So if you've got an AMD graphics card, then update it to the latest firmware. Make sure you do that. Matchmaking, can result player being enough to join a session. Timing out and then return to the menu. Join in progress is there, so that'll fix that. We were aware and tracking a few different crash scenarios, though the overall average failure rate, okay, below our targets, that's good. We're particularly interested in getting more crash logs from a wider breadth of platforms. So, if anything, you want your game to crash so you can help them out. Various situations can cause stuttering, desync, warping, very, very beta kind of thing to be expected. Player scores won't appear during the victory screen. Fair enough. Player may begin a match unable to see their own weapon and have reduced... Okay, that's quite bad, but hopefully that's fixed by now. A player's melee attack may not register. Fair enough. Ghost melee is nothing new at this point. Sometimes after pressing A at the title screen, challenger customization and commoner screens take a while to appear, so slow menus, again, nothing that different. Known flights, and okay. So check out the insider page on both your console, you can do it on, and also on Steam, and on the insider site. Make sure you check it all out. We also have a handy FAQ out there. So, we're going to be playing against bots. We knew that already. I mean, they kind of already explained all this, to be honest. I don't think we need to go through this. And then Social Arena might happen. Specifically, we know that in some cases, players will end up in a bad state as a session is forming, and after a brief delay will be kicked back to the main menu. As a result, the game itself will start as 4v3, which is less than desired, of course. Okay, 6 minutes of the time, while the other 4% of the time. Okay, right, so it's a 40% chance of happening. So, this might happen, it might not happen. We've looked at all the weapon drills. We know the battle pass is there. We know the waypoint app's there. Another great shot of Soldier, I think. That's Soldier, right? It looks like Soldier. Yeah, that's definitely Soldier. With a threat, a personalized AI. Ooh, very cool. Ooh, hello. I like that. I like that on the utility on the hip. That's cool. This is where you give all your feedback, just to Steam community. Cool. He's in the upright position. Okay, that's it. Really, that's all we need to. That's all we need to look at. That's all we need to look at. That's pretty much the entire article. We don't need to look at anything else, I don't think. Let me. Right. So now, what's the plan now? I'm gonna be watching my old flighting footage in 10 years after whatever Halo Infinite becomes. They do look a bit like Ghosts from Destiny, I'll be honest. They do look a little bit... Oh, it's gone to Nick's stream, has it? Oh, hello. Nick has 7,000 viewers. Hang on. Jeez. You love to see it. My man. You love to see it. Right. Yes, the flight is for PC and Xbox. Just got your invite. Dopey, congratulations. Everyone else, go check your emails. Make sure that you've not missed the invite. Go check. I saw Mike B. We peaked at like 9.3k, I think, which is very nice. So let me get back to the donations. I'm not gonna leave any without being read out. Spencer Jacobs, thanks for the $5. Fingers crossed you got your invite. Dylan Plotner, thanks for the $5. Working on a high resolution G1 Mark IV for James SO5. Thank you, dude. I wish that would cost so much to mail though. I appreciate the offer, but I can't have you do that. Thank you very much, though, dude. Thank you very much. Darren Kier, thank you for the 5 SGD. Finally getting excited for a Halo game again. Dude, me too. Feels good. Bro, is your first video I watched was on the Abaddon Air. That was a long time ago. Thanks to $2. Wilhelm with the £15. Just got your invite. Something tells me we're just getting started. Indeed. Thank you for the 15 quid, dude. Appreciate it. Echo with the $2. Got me in a Halo mood. Time to mess with Mega Bloks. Nice. My God, I'm trying to go through it all. What do you have to do for an invite? Just sign up for Halo Insider. That simple. Sign up for Halo Insider. Make sure you verified your email, submit a DX diag if you're on PC, and you're good to go. Emerald Duke, thanks for the $10. Nothing what I saw on the Discord. All emails have been sent out by 343, but it takes time for them to be processed. Exactly, yes. Exactly. It also takes time for it. Yeah, so just because you've not got an email yet does not mean that you've not actually got an email. Thank you for the $10, Emerald Duke. Jake S, thanks for the 99 cents. Alex Park, thanks for the $5. Remember Craig. Momo Kawashima, my dude, thank you very much. Thanks for the $5. Fighting back after the move. How are you doing? Absolutely incredible, my man. Hope you're doing well. I hope the move went well. It's good to see you in here. Thank you very much. Naturals Unlimited for the $5. You made it in. Nice. Tags over the $5. The 5 rank again. My brain is fried. Flipping fantastic. Great. Helmet. Yeah, dude. Yeah, chat. Helmet lights. We're getting the flashlight back. I assume that's what that means at least. You'd love to see it. What time can we play? There is no time on here. For some reason. Where is it? They just say that the flight starts tomorrow. Don't know when. Not sure when. You're my first subscription. Thank you very much, Michael Guernsey. Thanks for the $5, dude. That's very cool. Thank you very much, man. Urban Ninja, thank you for the $5. Presentation is where Assassinations will be. If only. How do you download it? Don't know yet. I assume you're going to get a message on Waypoint, like all the other flights. How do I upload the DX diag? Dude, literally, if you're on PC, just Google how to make a DX diag. It is very, very, very simple. You just right-click on, like, your desktop or something. Or it's very simple. I did mine ages ago for MCC flighting, and it took, like, 30 seconds. That's pretty much it. So, go do it now. Dr. Hexdex, thanks for the $5. I got the invite 2 days ago. Hope I get to bump into you. Dude, fingers crossed. If you see me in the game, just tweet me or tweet me. That's the best way to let me know. Mr. Wiggles, thank you for the $10. Hype indeed, dude. Thank you very much. Russian Potato for the €5. Yeah, rest in peace, Assassinations. Matteo HDZ, thanks for the $5. Dude, Mr. Chief Armor Kit, yes. That would be sick. Waffle Blitzkrieg, thanks for the $5. Do you think Black Box will be an AI we can get an Infinite? I'd like to think so. Let me know what you want to see in chat, guys. In terms of AIs, who or like what you'd want to see. For me, it's Mendicant, Offensive, Black Box, Didact, and Johnson. Give me a Johnson AI. Come on, give us a Johnson AI. Get David Scully back. Get that hero back, and just give us a proper Johnson AI, please, please. Helson Bitch, thanks for the $5 Australian. Heatwave sounds like the YTP sex exploration is going to be calling out my big one. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what that means. I think YTP is YouTube poop, right? Anything else, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what that means, but thank you for the $5, dude. I appreciate it. Also, thank you for the $8 from Jordan, Dakin, and Mimi. The helmets, oh, I saw those. Yeah, the Mark 6 helmets behind him. I mean, they were just like the Halo 3 pre-order, and then one of the Halo 5 ones that I've got. I think that's just what they were, but I imagine we'll be able to get quite a few of those in game. Yap AI, Chips WAI, yes. Virgil would be sick, as would be the Superintendent. I mean, they're kind of one and the same. Sort of, at least. But it'd be cool to have both. Clippy, yes. Johnson, 100%. A Gravemind AI would be cool. Yeah, thrusters were an option. Hellmaster Kenny, thrusters were an option in settings. But they were with all the other equipment, so I assume that it's an equipment. I mean, I feel like if it was something that everyone had, they would have shown it off by now, right? I assume. Auntie Dot, yes. Guilty Spark, yeah. How did I forget Guilty Spark? Vega, yes, dude. Give us a Vega. Give us the Doom crossover. HiddenXperia AI. I don't know about that one. Sippy Kills, my dude. Thank you very much for 20 bucks. Holy shit, my man. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. Just realised I switched banks and never update my info. I'm proud to say I'm supporting my favourite Halo content creators and now barbecue guys. Hey, Sippy, thank you very much for the 20 bucks, dude. Absolute legend right there. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Matt says, thank you for the 5 bucks. Yeah, I agree. I will give FIFA 3 total credit for being honest about Assassinations and not trying to hide it until launch and be like, oh, are they there or not? Are they there or not? And then it turns out they're not. Massive props to them for actually coming out and saying that they're not in the game at launch. I'm still not happy with it, but I give them absolute props where props are due for doing that, and getting out ahead of it and being like, look, they're not in the game. They will be in the game at some point, just so you know. That's credit for that, definitely. My God, my voice is going and flights haven't even started yet. Dark Razor, thanks for the 5 bucks. Zoom returns to the AR. Yeah, that's like, not a fan of that. I'm going to be honest. Thanks for the 5 bucks though, dude. Appreciate it. Axman, legend, thank you for the 10 bucks. Nighthawk. I wonder if that's the Nighthawk from Resident Evil. It picks up Hunk from RPD. Maybe it is. Let me know in the chat. Thank you for the crooner again, dude. I don't understand the Needler, otherwise 9.999 out of 10. Yeah. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, the Needler, I didn't dislike the sound. It just sounded kind of wrong to me. Like, I thought the sound was quite nice, actually, but it just isn't what I would expect a Needler to sound like. It sounded like a suppressed, like I said, it sounds just so obscure, right? But it sounded to me like the MP7 with a suppressor from Modern Warfare 3. That sounded so strange, but it sounded like that to me. It's a weird sound. Thank you for the 50 krona though, dude. Big Hoff 98, thanks for the €5. If they can turn off Assassinations for competitive, yeah, it seemed that was weird. They kind of didn't really give a proper explanation as to why they said something about competitive, like pro players turn them off, but like no one else really does. I don't know. That's strange to me. Yep. The Grunt, thank you for the 10 bucks. Very proud of 243 right now. Yeah, sad about Assassinations, but that did look really good overall. Very excited to try it out. My voice is depleting faster than the enemy's command points. Cryptic Gamer. Send me out of Waypoint when I try to refresh it. It really didn't improve the system entirely. I think that's all the hype, dude. Thanks for the 5 bucks, though. Appreciate it. Spencer Jacobs, thanks for the 5 bucks. Also, excited to play this. I haven't received the invite yet, but I got one later. Okay, yeah, dude, exactly. You're either going to get one later or you'll get into a later flight. You'll be able to play it at some point soon, regardless of whether you get into this flight or not. There's still hope, even if you don't get into this flight. John Laurier, thanks for the 5 bucks. Can't wait for fighting to start. Feel like most of my time we'll be figuring out the UI. Same. I'm going to spend a lot of time in those settings. And chat, can we just talk real quick about how good those settings were? Like actual depth and offset for weapons. That's so good. I love that. I really like that. I'm one of those guys that likes it when you increase the field of view. I like it so the camera is like really far back and you can see loads of your arms. I like that. So hopefully I can customize that. That would be really cool. Just dating AI. When can we play UK time? No idea. As you can see here, they've not given any actual time yet for tomorrow. They've just said July 29th. That's it. That's pretty much it. MC Red Wolf, iconic. Thanks for the 5 bucks, dude. Tremelia Steel, thanks for the 5 bucks. Stoked for Infinite, despite the lack of Assassinations. Hey, got your invite. Nice. Do you know if you're able to stream it? You are able to stream it, make content about it, talk about it, make videos, anything you want. It's no NDA. You can make whatever you want. Paul G, thanks for the 5 bucks. Sorry I'm late, but will the flight be on PC? Yes, it will be. It's on all platforms besides obviously PlayStation 5 and like Switch. I wish. But yeah, it's on it's on PC. Jordan Dakin Mimi, thanks for the $7.99 or $8 as well, dude. Thank you very much. Yeah. We saw those helmets before. Cool if we get one with the game as a pre-order, like Doom Eternal. Yeah, that would be cool. Hey, you got an email as well. Nice, dude. Yeah, it would be cool to like do it Halo 3 style and give us like an actual helmet of Chiefs Gen 3. That'd be sick. Zero by Myth. Will Harvest AI be part of Infinite? Oh, dude, Maccabee's sick. Yes, that'd be cool. See, that's the thing with an AI customization. There's so much potential with that. There are so many things they could do. Dude, yes, Mac would be sick. I would be very down for that. That's a good shout. Bro, is you for the $2? First video I saw of you with you. Oh yeah, that is an old video. Thanks for the $2, dude. I'm Nathaniel. Thank you for the $5. You've been chosen. Hey, welcome, dude. Welcome. See you in the Fields of Infinite tomorrow. Amaya Hiraku, I think that's how you pronounce it. Thank you for the $2. Thoughts on armor coatings instead of color picks? I don't like it. It's objectively more restrictive. I like the actual coatings themselves. I just do not like the system behind them at all. I think they could have very easily had full-on color customization like in every game before, but then had us buy like patterns for the armor or like camos or just patterns and effects and stuff for the armor and given us actual color customization like before. I don't think it's one of those things where it's like an either or type of situation. I think there was definitely room for both, and I still just do not like the idea of monetizing colors, but I think the coatings themselves look really, really sick, which is like the silver lining, I guess. Narrow Bros, thanks for the $5, dude. Ready to clap some new Halo players? Absolutely. Me too, dude. Me too. Krander, thank you for the 50 krona. Keep this iconic channel going. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that massively. Legend. Absolutely. Canty Dot, thanks for the $5. Had to dip and just came back to the stream. Like the goodness of projectile beast. Yeah, the BR looked at it a little bit, didn't it? I hope so. Because like Halo 3, people like to shit talk Halo 3's projectiles, but on LAN, Halo 3 feels really, really, really good. Like really, really good. So it's just a case of Halo 3 having bad netcode. Koga Kotakuya, thank you very much for the 50 Australian bucks, dude. Legend. Good to see you, mate. Been super keen to try out some gameplay. A shame probably won't match against you since I'm far away from you. You never know, dude. You never know. I've matched Aussies before. Also, Koga, absolute legend. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. 50 bucks, my man. Absolute legend. Thank you very much, dude. Never say never. Never say never. Axford, thanks for the $5. We need to remember it's still a beta. That this thing will be buggy. It won't be pristine. Don't expect it to be. Go into it with expectations for it to break, for it to crash, for it to be buggy, for it to have bad performance. Because it's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. It's a beta. Every beta we've had for Halo has been like that. So, and this isn't even a beta. Like they said last flight, or last, not flight, Inside Infinite thing. This is like pre-beta, so it's even earlier than that. Demon Slayer. Thank you for the $5, dude. I hope it's better to squad up with you. Dude, if you see me in a game, just message me. My voice is deleting itself. Thanks for the $5. Siffy with the 50. Man, Siffy. Holy shit. Absolute legend. Thank you so much, dude. Tell everyone if they use Google for their email service, they might need to upgrade their storage so they can receive emails again. It's been buggy for me. There you go. If you're using Gmail, check that your inbox isn't overfilled. Go and make sure that it's not like automatically deleted the flighting email. It might be worth checking your waypoint emails as well. Just check everything. Check everything you possibly can. Every form of email that you have, check it. Go and make sure that your flighting email has not been hidden somewhere or been deleted or been moved to a different inbox. Just go and check it, because the last thing you want is like Monday morning to check your email, having not played it all weekend, thinking you never got in, and be like, oh shit, I got an email. So go and check it, right? Go and check it. Siffy, man, $50. You're an absolute legend. Holy shit. Thank you very much. Backlash, thank you for the $2, dude. Just bought $130 of Mega Blocks. Also want a bigger eye. Nice, and yes, me too. Absolutely me too. That would be sick. I hope they do. I think with the whole Fractures thing they've got going on, and also with like obviously loads of new studios being under the Xbox Games Studios umbrella, the room for crossovers, Vega AI, Samuel Hayden, my god, Vault Boy, just there's so much potential there. So much potential. Dude, oh my god, could you imagine, right? An Imperial City guard from Oblivion as an AI. You like, I don't know, like you kill somebody on like you get a killjoy and your AI just goes, stop right there, criminal scum. Tell me that would not be incredible. Tell me I would pay good money for that, right? I'm not a fan of microtransactions, but if I could get an AI that said, stop right there, criminal scum, I would... Oh my god. You kill someone like when the one off of perfection. Stop, you violated the law. That right there is like perfect. Oh, please. RC Robo, thanks for the $5, dude. Want to see Suka 2.0? I imagine they'll probably bring it back because it was meme to hell. I wouldn't be surprised. Dark Lord Aimsley, $10. Thank you very much, dude. May the foreigners grant me entry to this flight. I'm still fingers crossed, dude. Fingers crossed for you. Good luck, bro. Thank you for the $10. Schneidish, thank you for the $5 again, dude. Nobody HiddenXperia. Dude, that bit in Nick's video was so good. Dude, Nick's videos are so unbelievably watchable. LZ is such a good editor. I've got the next episode of my Cursed Halo thing edited right now by LZ, ready to go live, but I'm saving it for after the flight. Let me just say that he's done some damn fine work on it. LZ makes videos for me, Uber Nick, and Axeman. The guy is an absolute hero. Go and follow him on Twitter. Brass X, thanks for the $5, dude. Yeah, they confirmed nade hit markers are disabled for comp. Perfect. Absolutely no issue with them whatsoever in social. Perfectly fine. Social, right? Anything goes. But comp, they shouldn't be there, and they're not, which is beautiful. Beautiful. Elite Slender, thanks for the $5. I lost no November and it's 5 of November. Vigilant Phantom, my man, thank you for the $20. Hype for this flight. Vigilant Phantom, if you guys don't know, is one of the heroes behind Fall of Reach Infinite, that Infinite mod for Halo Reach, which I made a video about. Guys, a legend. You and your entire team are doing damn fine work. Thank you for the donation, man. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to checking out Fall of Reach Infinite again, because the last time I played it, I loved it. So, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Getsume Marston, thanks for the $2. Heisenbitch, thanks for the $5 Australian bucks. Few ideas for AIs in the future. Yep, male shep and fem shep. EDI, I'm not entirely sure what that is, because I'm not a massive Mass Effect fan. Legion, could be Legion, maybe from, I'm probably wrong here. Legion from New Vegas, maybe not. Samuel Hayden, the Simon Maker, yes. Vega, yes. Showed Durandal, yes, that'd be sick. That'd be some deep lore right there. Sippy Kills for $20 again. Man, thank you so much. Morgan Freeman AI. Oh, yes. Oh, dude, imagine that. The voice of God speaking to you. That'd be iconic. That would be iconic. The voice of literal God speaking to you. Odin Ulverson, thank you for the 200. Oh, God, what's the currency? What is the... I need to check. Okay, currency. Norwegian krone. Cool. Thank you for the 200 Norwegian krone, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. A lot of redundant, lot of stat change like range, max ammo, reload speed, max size. It could do. That's true, actually. AR, yeah. Yeah, it could fit in there, I suppose. I mean, I'm not like anti-DMR or anything. If they want to add the DMR, I'd be for it. But at the same time, like, EDI is an AI Mass Effect. Right, got it. What was I going to say? Yeah, it could fit in there. I mean, down the line, I assume they'll do something with the DMR, right? Like, I reckon down the line, they'll definitely do something with the DMR. Because it is a pretty iconic weapon. Let's not beat around the bush here. So I imagine they will do. Thank you for the 200 Crone Dome, dude. I appreciate that greatly. Multiverse, thanks for the $5, dude. UI stresses me a little bit. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the UI. I wish it had gone vertical. But maybe we'll just get used to it. We could do. Thanks for the $5, dude. Koga, again with the... Koga, my dude. Holy shit. 100... Man. Koga, my dude. What? Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Big fan of a lot of the sound effects of Infinite so far. Some of the weapon designs I'm not a major fan of, but overall I feel like 343 have done well to still make them feel... Yeah, I agree. Really, the only thing that I wasn't a fan of now is the Needler. All the other sound effects sounded really good to me. Honestly. They sounded good. 343 is getting close to the game perfect. Yeah, I agree. This is definitely looking like 343's best entry yet, for sure. Man. I just want to play it, dude. I just want to play it, man. Thank you, Koga. 100 Australian bucks. My dude from Down Under. Absolute legend. Thank you so much. Big fan of a lot of the sound effects in... Oh, no, I just read that. My brain and my voice is fried. I never like the sniper glare. I feel like it ruins the point of sniping. I agree, Getsume. Thanks for the $5, dude. Do you think we, the community, could ask them to remove the glare? Probably. I mean, I imagine it could even be a toggle. I agree, though. I'm not a fan of the sniper glare either. I feel like in games like Battlefield, it works, because, like, I remember, for example, on BF3 when they added it, seeing somebody staring at you from, like, a kilometer away with a sniper rifle was kind of useful. But in Infinite, and also Halo 5 as well, right? I don't think it's that necessary. I don't think it's that necessary, really. I saw someone earlier actually say Joe DiMaggio AI. Yes, dude, give me a Phoenix. Dude, I mentioned it in the video, right? But give me an Augustus Cole AI. I would pay so much money to have Cole as my AI from Gears. Oh man, I would. Oh god, Cole is my favorite Gears character. I would love to have Cole as an AI. Tell me that would not be sick. Just like such a hyped. Oh, dude, that'd be so sick. I'd love to have Cole. Where are we? Jack Straw, thanks for the £5, dude. If you watch the footage back, it looked like the standard colours were there. Yeah, I did see that. Some of them were there. Like blue, orange, yellow, and a few others, I think. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I assume they'll be free. Solid Snake AI. Damon, I agree. Thanks for the £5, Jack. Ian Antiropus, thank you for the $20. Base colors are free coatings. Yeah, I saw that. Some of them were there. Obviously, it's not going to be as in-depth as original color customization, but it's good to see they're still there. For sure. It's good to see they're still there. Ronnie Coleman AI, yes! Ronnie Coleman is an absolute hero. Wait, if that's Ronnie Coleman is the lifter, right? You know, I was watching a video of Ronnie Coleman the other day when he was deadlifting, and he like drops the weight so hard. But no one wants to say no to Ronnie Coleman. You don't go over to Ronnie Coleman and tell him to not drop the weights that hard. The guy is an absolute tank. What a legend. Was an auto sprint option? I didn't see Imperial. Thanks for $3, dude. I didn't see. Not sure. Mason, thank you for the $5. Can we when can we download it? Tomorrow, I think. Not right now. Jews with the Jews with the COP 10,000. Dude, I swear, whenever I stream, I learn about so many different currencies. What's the GOP? Colombian peso. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you very much. Let me go back to the message. What they say about Assassinations? Yeah, they're coming back in the future. Basically, they're not there at launch. They're coming back in the future, which is what they said. That's pretty much it. NGS5 Kaz Miller AI. That'd be cool. Dude, just give me it, please. Give me Grey Fox, Snake, and Raiden AI. Dude, imagine having an AI that when you... A Snake AI that when you fell... If you fell, like, to your death in water, just shouted, "Liquid!" Tell me that wouldn't be perfect. Rosa, thanks for the $5. They said that it's very obvious if someone is holding a power-up. I hope so. I really hope so. Angelic Kaniki, thank you for the 1875 SAR. I think that's South African Rand. Let me have a look. AR. Oh, the Saudi Real. Thank you very much, dude. Where is it? Do you think the download will be an hour prior? Yeah, I imagine they'll have downloads early. So we can like preload it, I imagine. That'd be pretty cool if they did that, because I don't want to be sat there as soon as it goes live with my slow-ass internet downloading it, right? Mine's going to take a while to download. Michael Goldsmith. Thank you for the Australian $20, dude. My God. Really appreciate how open P43 are being. Yeah, same. Also really hyped to finally play this game. Dude, it's been so long, right? It's been so long. Like I said earlier, I don't like that Assassinations aren't there. However, I absolutely appreciate P43's honesty with it. That's exactly what we need. Even if what they're saying isn't ideal, at least they're being honest. At least it's not another Halo 5 where the game comes out and it turns out there's no game modes, or there's no... Oh, I think they told us about split screen beforehand, but they're not like just waiting for us to find out about it. They're telling us about it, which is good. Georgie, thanks for the $2. Wasn't here. Sum up your thoughts. Looked really good for the most part. The only things I can say I didn't really like wasn't a massive fan of the UI, but again, I've kind of got to look at it myself. to actually like know if I like it or not. Because a UI is something that's like it's just one of the things you've got to use it personally to understand whether you like it or not. Wasn't a fan of nade hit markers, but they're not there in competitive, so that issue is just gone now. And no assassinations. That's the one thing that really does suck. Everything else looked really good. Big Hot 98, thanks to the 5 years again, dude. We need COD Ghost style weed skins. Dude, Snoop Dogg AI, I wouldn't be against it, right? Not against that. I think it was kind of funny in Ghost, honestly. Thanks to the 5 euros, dude. $5 from Demon Slayer again. What stood out the most for you? What stood out the most? I think, honestly, the pacing of the gameplay is what stood out most for me in that, because the last Halo game that we had, Halo 5, the pacing was just so... I felt like I had to be on Adderall playing that game. Like, everyone's just flying everywhere, through a slide, like, power boosting everywhere, floating through the sky, slamming down through the sky, and it was just... it just felt so messy, and that looked so much more organized, and like Halo 3 to me, honestly. That looked like Halo 3 with a bit of Halo 5 in it, to me. Which is... Obviously, you guys know that I'm a classic fan. My dream game is a perfectly classic game with no sprint, no clamber, ADS. But sprint looks basically pointless in this game. I mean, we saw the sprint speed. It looks like exactly the same as walking, which is great. ADS doesn't seem to be as bad as it was in Halo 5. I'd still rather it not be there, but... And then clamber just looked like clamber, which I don't like, but it is what it is. But yeah, I think the actual gameplay itself stood out to me most. Because that's the first time that we've seen actual raw, natural gameplay, not like gameplay that's meant to look like it's in a trailer or whatever, you know? So, yeah, that was what stood out to me most. Bunk Incorporated, $5. Thank you very much, dude. Do you know shields recharge when you run? I don't know, actually. I hope so, because it stops you from sprinting. That was one of the few things I liked about Halo 5. I mean, I think it made the gameplay not very nice, but it was a necessary evil to balance sprint. So I don't know, actually. That's actually a good question. I guess we'll find out tomorrow, right? Thank you for the $5, dude. Hey, Eckhart's Ladder, my dude. The man himself, the legend himself. Thank you for the 5 Canadian bucks, dude. Is it just me, or did Spartan Collision look a bit weird? It did a bit, didn't it? I thought that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see tomorrow. It looked a lot lighter. There wasn't as much of it as before, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Thank you for the 5 Canadian bucks there, dude. Eckhart, legend. Thank you very much. Angel of Death, thank you for the $5, dude. Hey, lady, just wanted to say how much of a fan I am. Thank you very much. And I can only hope that the Forging custom games for Infinite will be infinitely better than 5. I think they will be. 5s were great. It's one of the highlights of Halo 5 for me. And I imagine they're going to be even better in this game. I really do. Thank you very much for the $5. Really appreciate it. I think they will be. Sandra Morales, thank you. Thanks for the 569. Nice beard, bro. I actually meant to shave it today, funnily enough. It'll be shaved tomorrow, I can assure you. But thank you very much, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks for the 569. Almost there. Shrimpy, thanks for the $5, dude. I'm gonna be so tired showing up to my 5 a.m. shift. I was playing the flight, dude. I can only imagine. I did that with the Halo 5 beta when I was in high school. I stayed up all night to play that, and I was very, very tired at school the next morning. But it was worth it. I enjoyed it, so it's worth it. Thanks for the $5, dude. And 96 SWC. Thank you for the £15, dude. Holy shit, my dude. Thank you very much. What are your thoughts on LT to Zoom? Looks a bit like a softened ADS. Also, just want to say thanks for your awesome content leading up to Infinite. Hero, man. Thank you very much, man. You're a hero for donating. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. I don't know. I mean, that's on the default button layout, I assume, and I won't be using that. I don't like Zoom on automatics in particular, because I worry that if the weapons like Halo 5 have headshot multipliers again, like all the automatics, I worry that it's going to make them more powerful outside of the range they should be powerful. Which, like, Halo 5's AR was just too powerful for me. Like, being able to aim down sights and headshot people at range is just not what an assault rifle should be. So we'll have to wait and see how it plays, though. Again, that's one of those things that I can't really judge until I've actually played the game myself. It's going to be hard to judge. But yeah, thank you for the £15. Thank you very much for those words, dude. I appreciate it. It did look like softened ADS, I agree. It looked like ADS, like, that wasn't as effective. Turkey Nooblet, thank you for the $5, dude. Almost there. Bro, I really like what I saw. I can't wait for tomorrow. Great stream. Nice job, brother. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. And we have another person with a 117 Canadian. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the donations, guys. Absolute legends. I am going to leave it there, so don't donate again. I'm going to round the stream out here because I want to go to bed and be ready for tomorrow. Because obviously, I'm going to be streaming. Can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to be streaming playing Halo Infinite tomorrow. Jesus, dude. What the? That's weird to say. That is weird. Right. Thank you for stopping by, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow in the first ever Infinite gameplay stream. I can't believe I'm saying that. Thank you all for the donations. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'm going to end the stream there. So thank you very much for watching. Oh, the website that the YouTube page has crashed where I am my stream. Thank you for watching, guys. I love you all. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I'll see you tomorrow when we play some Halo Infinite. End the stream, yes.